Hey. Welcome back. This is what I like about this moment right now is we said we were going to be early. We are early.
Yeah.
I mean, comparatively. But also, it feels like a real newsroom right now. And I'll tell you why. Because we were in these seats not that long ago. Right?
Recently, yeah.
Late last night, and then we're back right now. It's like nothing. We couldn't have missed anything at that point.
That was the evening news. Now we're in the.
Oh, that's why we know what that might be. What it is.
Okay,
that might be what it is.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Evening, nightly. We're back with the lunchtime, the daytime. We got you the daytime, the nighttime. Whatever you need, we got it. It's the bottom line.
Good timing there on the beat there.
Are you patting yourself on the back right now?
No, for you. You timed it well.
Man, I'm in here today. I'm comfy today. This is a time, I'll tell you what. This time. Sitting here at this time. It's different.
Yeah.
A little bit different. Plenty of news transpired in the meantime. We got to get to the bottom of it, including some breaking stuff that's going to happen here today. But before we get into it, we, of course, have to address the elephant in the room. That would be this Arizona iced tea sitting on my table to my left. Shout out Vetla AG Husby. Mo, our field reporter, decided to get to the bottom of what's going on in Canada.
You're not going to believe it, man.
I'm not going to believe it.
I went to a gas station. They didn't have Arizona cans.
Well, which gas station you go to? Shout out D-Man. Not nearby? Because nearby they have.
No, nearby.
Nearby they didn't have.
Yeah.
Nearby they don't have.
They don't have.
Yes, they have.
No.
Really?
I stood for a while.
Mo.
That was the only one I could find.
Oh, wait, you're talking about the can.
Yes, there's no can.
Oh, I know. Maybe the can. See, here's what I was thinking, okay? So Mo found this one.
Should we fill in the audience?
Let's fill. Right. No, because they all know. Because they were here with us.
Right, yeah.
Nobody here misses an episode, you understand?
Of course.
Gotcha.
So we don't need any backstory at all.
Okay.
This community is the community. How's that?
Come
you know
on,
what?
please.
How's that for a name? That's it. They're like, what? You know how a community likes to have a name?
Right.
The community.
Yeah.
That's it. All other communities bow down to the community.
I like it.
I don't know.
Pretty epic.
I don't know. They're like,
It's also casual,
they're like, who's coming after us? Damn, is it the community?
but also sounds dangerous.
They're like, anybody can come after us, just not the community.
Yeah.
You don't want them. Well, actually, I feel like BTS sort of has that with Army.
I was just thinking that.
It's
with
just
Army,
so generic.
Yeah.
But they know who they are.
But that sounds really aggressive. The Army?
Army's very aggressive.
They'll get you.
It's combative.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, the other thing is, because I've been talking about the importance of community and how I'm in the community. Like in real life.
Yes.
So I don't know. That word's floating around. Shout out Kyle. Appreciate it. $50 super chat. Yes, very big energy. So I think what's going on here with the Arizona situation, Arizona said they would not raise the price tag of the 99-cent can they've been selling. Mm-hmm. They've been famous for it. It's right on the can. It says 99 cents. They said, we don't care about inflation.
Yeah.
Inflation ain't happening here. We take care of the customer in the community.
Yeah.
And so Mo, the field reporter, he jumps out into town.
Yeah.
He gets up from the chair. Shout out Kishore. And goes looking for what's actually happening here in Canada. Because previously in Canada, if you see the can, they had to adjust not for inflation, but just for the exchange rate.
Right, yeah.
Canadian dollar. Mm-hmm. So you get the 1.29 for the price on the can. So Mo goes looking for that can to see if it's real.
Yeah.
Because all of us are like, are we getting Mandela? What's going on?
Yeah.
I feel like I saw the 99.
Because I never seen this 1.29.
I feel like I didn't see it either.
Mm-hmm.
Also, 1.29 on the can, just not a good look comparatively.
No.
99. It's going for 99.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
It's always 99.
Yeah. Yeah.
You go travel through the store, you see the 99s, you buy.
Yeah.
You like, you buy.
Yeah.
Mo, you know the story. You break, you buy. You know that story.
Yeah.
Everybody has a story like that when they're a kid. I don't know if everybody knew this was the breaking news, actually. Everybody's like, never mind the Mike Tyson stuff. This is the breaking news, actually.
Yeah.
No, I got stuff for you guys. Don't worry, I got stuff for you. But you understand, we got to get to the bottom of things. Mo's the field reporter. He's out in the world. We can't leave it alone. So he plops this down. He says this is all he can find. And, of course, the receipt is sitting under it, which I haven't looked at yet.
You want to bring it closer?
We're going to get to the bottom. Oh, people can't see it. We're going to get to the bottom of this.
So it's not a can. It's a plastic bottle.
It's a plastic bottle now. Maybe they said, screw it with Canada. We're going to mix it up on them completely because we're sick of hearing about this 99 thing. So it's a bottle, and it's not 500 mil. It's 591. Now, I believe the can is 500, right, Will?
510? Can you scroll down?
500.
Oh, it's 500.
The can is 500, so it's a little bit bigger, but it's not double or anything. And before I get into the price on this, I need to mention something else, Will.
Okay.
On the back, with the nutrition facts, they do the 1 cup, 250 mil serving,
Half.
which is absolutely rude.
Yeah.
Because what human is going to drink? No, it's not even half, Mo. There's a 591.
Yeah.
I can't even drink half. They're saying to me,
Yeah.
half. If I drink half, I just outdid myself. I just had more than a serving.
Right.
What are we talking about?
They do
over
that
here?
with chips too. It's like
This
for
is-
6 chips.
This-
Who's eating
this is
6
nutty.
chips?
This is a single size serving. I put this in my car. This thing goes away, right? This goes in the cup holder. It goes away. All of a sudden, where did it go? Oh, guess what? You chugged it because it's delicious.
Exactly.
Shout out, Gabriel. So anyway, 17 grams of sugar for $2.50. Let's double that up. Let's get a better sense for what's going on. Now, granted, we got ginseng and honey in here. So I saw an actual comment. Can't remember who it came from on the episode where Vin was here. And it said, Vin's the type of guy that doesn't eat honey. He chews bees.
Just to be different.
Shout out Justine Chang. All right. So anyway, let's get to the bottom of it right now. What did Mo pay for this 591 milliliter Arizona green tea, ice green tea in Canada? He paid $2.79. That's the receipt, ladies and gentlemen, in case you're wondering what that wonderful sound was.
Almost $3
In your eardrums.
Wow.
We knew it was going to happen, guys.
Yeah.
First of all, Team Canada, you got to pay to play. Team Canada. It's going to be a bigger number. If we were to do the conversion even on that, we're going to go down a little bit. But they give you 91 extra milliliters, and then we don't notice that the price went up on every single milliliter. Because we're like, I don't know. It's a different look. It's a new look. It's not quite the iconic can. But talk about iconic branding. Good Lord. And they don't mess with it. They don't mess with it. It's
Stays
like,
the same.
that's it, man.
Yeah.
Arizona. And actually, Will just picked the beat right now that we're listening to that goes with the cherry blossom over here.
Yeah.
He did it on purpose, right? Will? Come on, just
Sure.
say you did it on purpose. So I got to just do a little taste
course.
test right here.
Will, can you
Live.
scroll down?
Because this is absolutely breaking. And let's see what we're talking
I like
about,
these.
dealing with. Yeah. Yeah, that's Arizona. That's Arizona in there.
Nice.
I'm dehydrating with that today. Shout out Mo, field reporter. Just improving every moment,
Yeah.
1 milliliter at a time.
Right.
I'll
But
tell
only
you
drink
what.
half.
I'll tell you what. All right, Will, let's hit the hard stuff. Let's get into the hard stuff. Elon, back on Twitter Talk, says he has secured $46.5 billion in financing to buy Twitter, saying, hey, I got no problem getting money, which we already knew would be the case because you're Elon Musk. You know what happens? You walk into the bank, you're Elon Musk. They go to where the vault is. They open up. They're like, what do you want?
Yeah. They look at your track record and they say,
What do
okay.
you want to borrow money from us? You want to borrow money from us? We should borrow money from you. Of course we'll take
The bank's borrowing from you.
course we'll take that deal. No, his money's tied up, but
Yeah.
of course we'll take that. I think you're good to pay it back.
Yeah.
We're not gonna have to run a credit check on this one. You think they check his ID even? Probably have to sign something.
Yeah.
Show us your credentials. He says he's secured $46.5 billion in financing. He has been seeking to take over the social media platform since he acquired 9% of its shares this month. What's funny about this, the hostility and such that people talk about, he still owns 9% of the company. One man. But I think he was working with what big, Morgan Stanley. There you go. Morgan Stanley. I was going to say Goldman Sachs. You know what happens when you start hearing words like that?
What?
Morgan Stanley.
What
or
happened?
Goldman Sachs.
Merrill Lynch.
Yeah, it actually sounds like money. Do you understand? Like these names? Well, you're in such a good mood earlier in the day. God damn, you're jumping out of your seat over there.
It's a good time.
Holy. This guy, the difference when you catch him in the evening?
Exactly.
Holy, he gets cranky in the evening.
Well, he's hungry. He gets hungry.
He gets cranky in the evening as well.
I'm like a baby.
No, this is when you are live.
Yeah,
is
when I'm
prime
well
time.
fed, I'm pretty good.
The time that you are live is right now.
Yeah.
And this is what we're trying to capture. It's why we had the meeting yesterday. It's why we had to get the stuff out of the way. Even if it's uncomfortable for guys like Mo to have to hear it.
Yeah. It was hard. It was a tough meeting for me.
Actually, no, I liked you in that meeting, Mo. You weren't taking no for an answer.
Right.
You were leaning against a thing.
Yes.
And you're like, no, what he means to say, clearly.
That clearly line. I'm not going to live that one down for a while.
No, man, that's you. You're just trying to clarify things. That's all. But, man, I can get used to this Will right here. This guy's having a time. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Tesla CEO Elon Musk said in a filing Thursday he secured $46.5 billion in financing to buy Twitter, mostly with borrowed money. No problemo. Of course, he's going to let him borrow. The filing shows a group of banks led by Morgan Stanley prepared to lend Musk $25.5 billion, including a separate $12.5 billion loan pledged to the value of Musk's Tesla shares. It's like when you got assets, it's leverage.
Yeah.
It's no problem. They say, do you actually own that house outright? You want another mortgage? Can we give you some more money or something? You got all these assets. And you're like, no, I'm good. And they're like, well, we kind of want to make a few dollars here. And I feel like you could do other things with this money. That's kind of the situation here. They know he's good for it. So it's a beautiful loan for them, beautiful business for them. Shout out Optimus Prime. He's currently Twitter's largest individual share owner. We obviously talked about the stuff with Vanguard having a bigger stake, but they're an entity, big-time entity. Maybe entity isn't even a big enough word for Vanguard. You start looking at their financials. Don't do it, Will. You might have nightmares. You might lose sleep tonight. You look at what Vanguard might be up to. Shout out Janmeet. We talked about the poison pill situation.
Yep.
He's countering the poison pill. On Thursday, he continues to explore a so-called tender offer to acquire all the social media company's shares from current stockholders. Go around the board.
Right.
Counteract the poison pill. Go right to the shareholders. Of course, we did have that tweet from...
Orsi?
No. Kingdom Holding.
Oh, right.
Talking about Saudi Al-Walid.
I don't remember.
Hit me up, Will. Give it to me. Big time. Big time over there. But Will, this is not how you're going to do it, man. You got to go Kingdom Holding Company or whatever it's called. And then you're going to get to the bottom of it. Somebody in the chat's going to get to the bottom of it. They say Al-Walid. We need the full name. We're looking for the whole name over here. Someone's going to do it here.
Hey,
Al-Walid bin Talal Al-Saud. I didn't even know there was the Al-Saud portion. But anyway, there you go. The purchase gave Kingdom Holding 3%. Yeah, well, anyway, we don't know how much of Twitter they've got at the moment. We knew it was something significant. 5.2% stake. Oh, there you go. Okay. Currently owns 5.2% stake. They replied and said...
Not a good deal.
They said, no chance.
Yeah. Intrinsic value.
They said, no nada. They said, no noggin.
Not today.
That's an episode of Curious George. It's called No Noggin. It's because, the Headless Horseman? That's their version of it. He got no noggin.
Oh, okay.
Mo.
I didn't know, man. I don't have kids.
Mo, it's a light environment in here. Can't you feel Will's energy right now, Mo?
It's really nice.
So absorb some of that.
Mm-hmm.
Let it in, Mo. Let the light shine. Uh-oh, Mo's about to flip on me.
Wait, what?
He's about to jump.
No, I'm not.
Shut up. You over there, you shut up. Had about enough here. You know what? Yeah, they said intrinsic value was what he said on Twitter. Intrinsic value. He said not a good deal, doesn't like it. So there's an example of 5 points that you're not going to be able to get. 5%. That it may just not be made available. You go directly to shareholders. And then there's all these other players, Vanguard and so forth.
Yeah.
He's got to make a compelling offer to all these groups to acquire that critical percentage to get control. So there's a little whining and dining to it. I don't know. But obviously some people might agree. Just like you're a shareholder.
Not of Twitter.
In general, you're a shareholder, and you have everybody has a price. You have a price.
Of course, yeah.
What's your most prized share at the moment?
I'm not telling you.
Really?
Yeah.
This is secret stuff. But is there a price you would sell for?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. If it's so overvalued than what the company is, yeah, I'll sell it, wait for a correction, and then buy it back.
Would you say that everything has a price, Mo?
Yes, I would.
You would.
I would say that.
Everything?
Why you gotta do this to me, Lou?
Shout out someone somewhere. You know what I just realized? You guys might be flipped.
Huh?
You're the morning energy.
Right.
He's out of it. Mo's uncomfortable over there today. He's like, what is this? This is not 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Come get me at 5 p.m. Don't start hitting me with all this at this moment right now.
No, we'll see. I'll get into the groove.
You're going to get in the groove, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know.
Just don't ask him any questions.
Oh, no.
You'll be fine.
Pretend I'm not here.
No, because I'm trying to, finesse over here. I'm getting him out of it. I'm working him right out of there.
Working on
I'm massaging him right out of there.
Whoa, okay.
That's right. That's what this is. This is a spa treatment. Didn't you go to a spa the other day?
I did.
Did it work? Did it work?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
It was great. Yeah.
It just reset, or
me and my lady are talking about making it a monthly thing.
was there were you feeling an actual physical difference, or was it mostly mental?
A bit of both. I did the hot and cold stuff, so you do feel it physically.
Hot and cold how?
Like, you do you're in the sauna and then you do cold plunge.
Oh, you're plunging.
Yeah. I did a lot of that, so that was good.
How many times back and forth would you do?
So I did 15 minutes hot, and then I would do
15 times. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know how many times. I didn't count, but I did 15 minutes hot, 1 minute cold, and then 10-minute rest, just like average temperature. They had like chill rooms, just like regular rooms.
They weren't like you're not plunging into water, like cold water or something?
No, it is. It is cold water.
You are?
Yeah, it's cold water.
Wow.
It's hard to stay there for a minute. But like once you get your breathing right, because your first step into it is a little like a little bit of that. But once you get your breathing right, you can stay in there for a little bit longer. But then the most physical difference I saw was the eucalyptus steam room.
Let's go.
Man, that set me. I was able to breathe through my nose.
Wow.
Just clear.
That didn't work that time.
I know. This is what I'm saying. I need to go to this room more often.
Shout out Sierra Actual. Shout out Rodolphe. Shout out Optimus Prime. Shout out Ted.
Wow.
They love your beard, Mo.
My beard? I'm working on the curls, but one side's longer than the other, so I don't know what to do right now.
How does that happen, Mo?
I don't know. I think I may have just trimmed this one a little bit too much.
I see.
Yeah. It happens.
How's your breathing, Will? How's that going? You need that eucalyptus.
Oh, it's a disaster.
You
right
need
now.
that eucalyptus.
Springtime?
You need that eucalyptus. You got to ask him where he's doing all these things.
Oh, I'll
these
send you the
activities.
link. You'll love it, Will.
You got to ask him these type of things. You go over there. I mean, figure out how to
Imagine
relax.
I stumble into Will at these locations.
Hi there, Will. Are you on your way from the massage to the cold treatment?
Oh, yeah. It's a full day for me.
Funny seeing you here. You're like, well, you recommended it.
Yeah.
It's funny. You make the recommendation, but you actually don't want to see him there.
No.
Yeah.
You're trying to have your own private time.
Yeah. We're actually not telling our friends about this place.
Away from all this.
Yeah.
Shout out Nikita. Okay, so you're in the cold, you're in the hot, and how many times is this sequence?
So I was there for about 2.5 hours, and I would do that rotation.
That sounds like you might have done it like 10 times.
Yeah, around.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, you're definitely a new man after that.
I'm telling you, man. It
No
was great.
doubt. No doubt. Shout out Taylor. Shout out Lee. Lee says he's paying what he can with the $20 super chat, and we do appreciate it. That's what we were talking about yesterday.
Well, thank you.
Much love.
Talking about artists that had attempted
What was it? Pay what you want?
pay what you can.
Pay what you can.
Yeah, it was, that had attempted this utopian concept. I don't know how it worked over there, but it doesn't matter because this is the community.
The community.
So
That's nice. Yeah. I'm a fan of
I'm
that.
selling Will on it as the show progresses. Shout out Emil. All right, so yeah, let's move on. Let's hit the next one. Good luck to Elon. He keeps going at it. He's trying to find a way. We'll see what transpires. Shout out on Beat Man. NYC Apple retail workers want a $30 minimum wage. Union organizers also want to fight for benefits. They just put a sticker on it. They just said $30. Now, here's the thing that always struck me. It just, if you're in New York, New York City, you work at, I think there's a shop at Grand Central Station or Fifth Avenue or whatever. Your cost of living is not the same as somebody who works at the Apple store
Right. In like Idaho.
at the Walden Galleria in Buffalo.
Right. Yeah.
It's not even close to the same cost of living because the biggest expenditure you've got is the housing.
Right.
And then you start to say, well, can't these people just commute? Well, commuting is time. Commuting is more expensive than ever. You should know.
Yeah.
Putting the gas in the tank.
Yeah. I hit 94 the other day.
$94.
Wow, 94.
I don't
On
know
a
how big.
Jetta.
I don't even know how big the tank is, but
It's a Jetta. Like, I shouldn't be close to 100.
Yeah.
well, no, I mean you are.
Yeah.
You're not the only one having this feeling.
Yeah. No, it's expensive. Commuting's not easy.
Shout out Jordan. Shout out Sunil. But you people do it because they get the better property further away,
Right,
and
yeah.
then you understand the incentive. Or in this case, you want to work for Apple in Manhattan, and it's not feasible with whatever that salary is to live around the corner.
Right.
You know what the rent is like in Manhattan?
Crazy high. Yeah.
You might pay $5,000 for one bedroom. You might do it.
Wow.
No, Mo, you might do it.
No, I believe it. That's a lot. I can't imagine.
So then, and you're working at the Apple store, it's not going to cut it. Now, I'm not saying it's necessarily Apple's problem. I don't think Apple has a shortage of people wanting to work for them. A solid company, a lot of fans, exclusive sort of feeling to it.
Right.
But you got to believe that at some point, and it's not a surprise to me that this is coming from the New York City employees.
Yeah.
First, as far as these like unionization conversations are concerned. Shout out PM, shout out Saucy Snipes. He's asking about the hoodies that I wear.
Oh.
This is a commonly asked question.
This isn't even that.
I can't go into it.
Yeah.
Because it's part of a thing, okay? And it will all unfold very soon.
You will go into it.
No, you won't.
Well,
No, he will.
Oh,
He's
he
been-
will?
Yeah, he's been working on this one for a while.
Will.
Is it going to be a video or something?
No. I will go into it.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to need your support on this.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm gonna need your support on this one.
The community
feels
has your
betrayed a
support.
little.
The community. Not the.
You just said the before.
The community. No, it can be the community when you're referencing casually, But
That's what I said.
but when you are talking like specifically about the title, it's
Right.
the.
Okay.
Is it spelled different?
No, it's spelled the same way. It's just the way you say it.
All right.
The versus the.
I like that, actually.
Fruit stand workers united, the union attempting to organize Apple's Grand Central Terminal store. Oh, I was right. It was that Grand Central one. Man, I got some stories about that. I won't go into it right now.
Why not?
About that Grand Central Terminal.
Are there good stories?
I mean, I just had certain experience in life. Young Lou, you got a picture of young Lou over there.
Get into a fight?
Wasn't far from it.
Oh.
Wasn't far
really?
from it. Wasn't far from it. Shout out Damien. Shout out Charlie. Okay, so the union updated its website on Monday with its goals, including the wage increase, health and safety research, and better education and retirement benefits. A $30 minimum wage means that a full-time employee would start off making roughly $62,000 a year. The union also wants pay calculated using a matrix based on role, tenure, and performance. Fruit Stand Workers United says it also wants... We're going to reference that? We're going to talk about that name?
Fruit stand workers?
Attempting to unionize Apple.
Yeah.
See what's happening there?
Oh, nice.
See what's going on?
I didn't make that connection. Yeah.
Negotiate for increases in vacation time accrual, 401k matching rates, and tuition reimbursement, as well as more options for retirement, such as pension plans. The union also calls on Apple to conduct research into security protocols with customer interactions and research into track dust, health effects from building materials, and noise pollution at Grand Central. Because it's a train terminal.
Yeah.
Right.
Charlie's asking why so early today. No, it ain't why so early.
This is the new normal.
It's why so late before.
Uh-huh.
Why so late? On Lou later. No, now it's Lou early. That's what's happening. I
Yeah,
mean,
we're changing the name.
the thing about it is, it's actually not even that early. It's funny that people are like, this is crazy early. For us, it's like it's lunchtime. You understand?
See, people adapt,
The people adapt.
you know?
Shout out Vish and shout out Pat. In major cities like New York, there's significant concern around vehicle-related pollutants such as brake dust. Well, that's why I'm not trying to be in the high density. You know, I appreciate that. I like to take a... That was bad.
Okay.
My breathing device is coming soon.
Oh, when?
I just got the notification. I think it's going to be here this week because I paid the expedited.
Right.
And I'll give it a shot on the show and see how difficult it actually is. I'll put the resistance on and I'll try to see what the lungs are doing, where they're at right now,
Cool.
as far as potency is concerned. Yeah, I don't know. Listen, like I said, I think it's real expensive around there. And so I kind of understand the 30 thing, but I realize as well that Apple is so vast and has so many employees across so many different regions
Right.
with different expenditures that probably something across the board doesn't actually make a lot of sense for them.
Right.
And so this whole thing gets a lot more confusing if you're having unions on a per store basis with their own set of demands, which are specific to that region, which is, I guess,
Yeah.
what is happening currently. But you saw the same thing. The Amazon union stuff happened where it happened, New York.
Yeah.
That's where it happened first. Starbucks, where did it happen first? Starbucks unionization. Might have been New York. I don't remember.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll wait to see. But yeah, that's what they want. I don't know. You guys in the chat, you guys in the comments, you decide. What do you think? $30 work at the Apple store. Apple's nudity blurring messages feature gets international release. It's coming to the UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. It's your choice. Feel safe. This is an auto. It automatically detects explicit material.
Okay.
And then somebody tries to send it to you and it's blurred and you got to tap if you actually want to see it.
Okay.
This could be one of those situations where people
Twitter does something like this.
people might try to hit you. No, but like one of your friends might try to hit you for something you're not trying to see.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And it could be, imagine the wrong circumstance.
Right. Yeah.
Your friend's trying to just throw you off.
Yeah.
And
Well,
also
they don't even know.
what is it?
Yeah.
Or they do.
Well, they're not very good friends then.
Or they're great friends. Or that's what friends are for.
Yeah.
What's it? That's what friends are for. What is that, Michael Jackson? Come on, Will. Go ahead, Will. Warning messages shown to a child when an explicit image is detected, it will say, it's your choice, but make sure you feel safe. Don't share anything you don't want to. Talk to someone you trust. That's not a bad idea. I don't know.
That's a great idea.
Jesse's back. And he's hitting us with the COPs. 100 grand every time. Shout out Francis. This photo could be sensitive. Are you sure you want to view? So basically it's saying, oh, look at your options. Don't view, message a grown-up, view. Interesting. You can also block the contact, message someone else. Other ways to get help.
What's message a grown-up? Like what?
I guess it'll just bring up your contacts. And you would then, can't you just go talk to a grown-up?
I don't understand.
Does anyone talk to each other?
Yeah.
Can't you just say, go talk to a grown-up? Go ask a grown-up. No, message a grown-up. Don't put your iPhone down, you maniac. Don't go talk to them face-to-face when you need serious advice about explicit images being sent to you. As a child, just message a grown-up. Grown-up has do not disturb on. I'll get back to that later.
I like this feature.
I guess it's kind of cool. I can see some privacy people being like, what are you looking at my pictures? Privacy types.
Right.
They say, I don't even want you to analyze that. I guess there's an opt-in feature. Look at that, communication safety. Check for sensitive photos. Messages can detect nude photos before they're sent or viewed on your child's device and provide guidance and age-appropriate resources to help them make a safe choice. Apple does not have access to these photos, so they're going to say, listen, it's all happening on a device or I don't know,
loop.
We can't see it.
Yeah.
You sure about that, Tim?
Well, his brand depends on it.
What's your confidence level?
Well, if he keeps saying privacy every time he shows a new iPhone, I think he's going to be pretty confident that he's not selling this to anybody or looking at it.
What's your confidence level?
High. I trust Apple is not looking at my stuff.
Did you just rate Apple as a buy?
A little on the nose there.
I feel like that might have been
one
financial.
of my picks.
I think that might have been stock pick right there. Mike Tyson. Oh, this was the breaking story right before we start to shoot. Right before. This was just moving up the ranks on Twitter. I was like, oh no, this is not good. Mike Tyson repeatedly punches man on plane and bloodies a passenger's face. This is some footage captured on a plane.
Ooh.
It sure looks like Mike Tyson in this frame. Sources close to Mike claim the man was really intoxicated. I guess he was harassing him. This looks like the guy.
Look at his face. With the thumbs up.
What are you trying to say, Will?
He seems pretty jazzed.
I think Will's trying to say that
happy.
he deserved to be.
I don't think he's going there
I
yet.
think he is.
No.
Let's
I
uncover
think
this
he is. Mike Tyson seemed to lose his cool on a plane Wednesday night, repeatedly punching a man in the face after the guy had apparently annoyed him. TMZ Sports has learned the incident all went down around 10:30 p.m. as Tyson was slated to fly out of San Francisco to Florida. A witness on the plane says he and his friend were boarding Tyson's flight. The boxing legend was initially cool with them and the other passengers. The witness tells us Mike took a selfie with him and then was patient with his overly excited buddy who kept trying to talk to the 55-year-old fighter as he sat behind him. The sad face?
Yeah.
You can tell that there's alcohol involved.
Yeah.
The witness tells us Mike took a selfie. Eventually, though, we're told Mike had enough of the guy behind him talking in his ear and told him to chill. Guy didn't chill.
Okay.
That's when the witnesses say Tyson started to throw several punches at the man's face. Well, you can play the video clip, Will, if you want. You can kind of see what happens here.
There's video of this?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is George talking to Mike Tyson, bro. This shit crazy, bro. Mike Tyson.
Wow, he is
lit, man. He over here rapping with Tyson.
Yeah, he's.
Trying to
I mean,
get
this.
some shrooms.
On a plane, man? What are you doing?
You don't know how to act. Tyson looking out, man. This shit crazy as fuck.
He should have never gave you his money.
Peasants. They're peasants.
The guy's hammered. The guy's hammered.
Yeah.
JetBlue, net flight. My boy just got beat up by Mike Tyson. Turn that way. Yeah, he got fucked up. Trying to ask for an autograph, man. I don't know what happened.
I don't
He
think
doesn't
he knows
seem
what's
too. He doesn't
going
seem
on.
too hurt. He doesn't seem too hurt. I mean, it's hard to say.
I'm sure the alcohol is masking some of the
Of
pain.
course, yeah, because he's kind of playing it up and having a time himself.
Is there?
Yeah,
the
it's right.
actual
It's right
video?
there. It's right
I
there.
can't click on it.
Oh wait, there's video of Tyson actually.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to see this.
Yeah. It's right here, right at the top.
Oh,
Hey, Mike, come on. Let's go stop back. Let's do the horse, man. Come on. Hey.
ooh.
Hey, Mike, come on.
Yeah, the other guy came to his rescue. Some other guy was sort of shielding him,
Right.
but he definitely, it was enough for enough harassment where Tyson reacted.
Right. Man, that's crazy.
It's especially, okay, it's one thing to be like recognizable, but when you're also a fighter, it's a certain type of energy that people bring in your direction. It's almost like a physical energy where you just picture all the type of people that try to pick fights or irritate
Right.
or
Right.
I guess more
Egg on.
rowdy.
like this guy, obviously, it's hard to even know what his goal was, right? If you look at the clip and he's harassing him, what do you want to happen here? You just want to be close to him. You want to you want more out of the moment than you can possibly get, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or maybe you actually want to get hit. I don't know. You ever known anybody in your life that you feel like just wants to get hit? You ever been in that circumstance? With guys who have been
trying to
drinking too
think.
much
Yeah.
and like, hit me, go ahead, hit me. You never seen like a fight break out?
No, but I've seen people like pick fights that they're gonna lose.
I see.
Right.
I've seen with enough alcohol introduced where that has been the actual request.
Right. Just
Chin
hit me.
out.
Yeah.
Hit me, do it.
Yeah.
Do it. I want you to hit me. And you're like, what is this?
Bizarre.
What is this exchange here? I'm not saying that this guy was saying that because obviously we're missing a lot of information. We have these two clips emerge. But it doesn't seem far off with that level of irritation. Standing over when you're on a plane and someone's standing over top of you
From behind.
from
Yeah.
behind,
Get out of here.
it's super intimidating. You don't know
Well,
who's
there's
who.
already such little personal space on a plane.
You don't know who's who. You really don't know. Tyson once said social media made you all too comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched for it. That comes from PM in the chat. Yeah, people definitely are feeling a different way nowadays. It's everyone feels like they have access. Everyone's got a voice. Everyone has a camera. And maybe this clip is exactly what this guy wanted. And who knows? Now you can see lawsuits and other things. Maybe this is exactly what he was attempting to
Right.
finesse. But either way, if you're Tyson, you try everything in your power not to have this happen. If you're Tyson, what you do is you try to move. You get the attention of the attendant. I know that's probably not his style, but you try to move somewhere else or have this guy moved.
Yeah.
And that's the first step. But like in the moment, and if you're really irritated, it's tough to say when someone's actually over top of you. And we're missing so much information. We don't know. Did he reach for him?
Right.
Was he touching him?
Did he put hands? Yeah. We don't know. He was
Because
definitely
in
annoying.
because in that moment, that's a different story.
Yeah.
If there's actual physical contact. The witness says Mike walked off the plane just seconds later. So I guess they were real close to landing.
Oh.
Or maybe they hadn't taken off yet.
Yeah, maybe they haven't taken off.
We're told the man who was punched received medical attention and then went to the police over the incident. Yeah, of course. Right to the police.
Yeah. But if the plane was already landed or they hadn't taken off and he was planning to leave, why attack? Do you know what I mean? Like you were saying he could move, right? And
You're
he
talking about-
got off right after this.
Yeah, like for me, it's like if a guy touches you,
Yes.
if he's harassing, and then he like
crosses a line that's
puts his hand on you, reaches over, puts on your shoulder. I don't know. It kind of would be a natural response.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you doing? I mean, it's a very vulnerable position. The guy's over top.
behind
The
you.
neck is there.
Yeah.
You don't know. There's probably a lot of encounters Tyson has had that where unexpected things have happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, shout out Solid Snake and shout out Ted.
Man, getting punched by Tyson.
Well, you know,
Oof.
the thing is, he's 55 years old, but if you watch training video recently, this is still a problem for you.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Guy like you, Mo?
Yeah.
Somehow I feel like you'd be minding your own business, though.
I would. I would.
Let me ask you
I
something.
would definitely say hi.
You would say a hi.
I would ask for a selfie, and if he said yes,
You
I
would go to
take it.
Mike and say, "Can I have a hi?"
Can I have a hi?
No, how would you do it, Mo? I really want to know. How would your approach be in this scenario? Shout out, Brad.
Am I the first to see?
Well, he's just sitting down and you're sitting across. What do you do?
I would tell him I'm a big fan. And
What are you doing? You're getting up and walking over there?
Well, I'm assuming I'm boarding the plane. So I'm
Let's
already
just go with
standing.
this exact same circumstance that you're in your seat, he's in his seat.
And he's sitting right in front of me?
But this is the moment you noticed.
Yeah, okay. If
Like
he's
you,
sitting
let's
right
say
in
you
front
were
of me,
sitting before him. He walked past you and into the chair. You had the moment of, oh my God, is that Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
Whatever. Now you're sitting with your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the next step? What happens?
I'm asking him for a selfie. Well, I'm first talking to him about like,
Damn.
I'm a big fan. What's up? And
Wow.
can I
Is
Have
get
you
a
ever
selfie?
done that
It's an
before?
auto
to a
selfie.
Celebrity?
Yeah. Yeah. Daniel Radcliffe. I have a picture
Oh,
with
okay.
him. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yep. But that was a different environment. That was
Sure.
It was already.
Well, and that's why I'm giving you the plain one.
Yeah.
Because people ask me for selfies and the circumstance matters a lot.
Right.
If,
I've seen it happen. You're always pretty.
Yeah, but the circumstance matters a lot, right? If I'm late or something, I had an experience the other day, okay, where I was late for hockey. And maybe I'm gonna get this guy in trouble. Never mind. Maybe I can keep it vague enough.
Yeah, keep it vague.
I'm gonna keep it vague. So I need to get ice because the beer has to be cold after hockey.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to pick up ice. So I stop through the gas station and I go in and I say, I need some ice. Oh, and okay, I'm gonna kind of out the place a little bit because
Okay.
there's also a Tim Hortons attached.
Okay.
No, it's not what you're thinking.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
No, you don't.
I don't. Okay.
Shout out Life Hacker. So I say, I need to grab some ice. Is the Tim Hortons open? I'm saying this to the person at the gas station counter because it looks sort of empty over there,
Okay.
but the lights are on and there's still some like food out front. And then he shouts to a guy in the back, I guess who runs the Tim Hortons. He goes, "Are you guys closed?"
Yeah.
And the guy's like, "Yeah, we're closed already." And I'm like, I could have used like a small coffee to wake up for this late hockey game.
Mm-hmm.
So he sees that that's what's going on with me. But at the same moment, he goes, "You're the guy.
Right.
You're the YouTube guy,"
Yeah.
or whatever.
You're the guy.
Whatever people say. "Aren't you that guy?" And I'm like, "That's me. I'm that guy."
Right.
But at this moment, I'm like, listen, I'm in a rush here. I'm late.
Right.
I got to get this ice. I didn't get the coffee. And he's like,
Start punching them.
and I'm thinking in this moment, there's no way after that whole premise that there's going to be a photo.
Right.
But he goes, "I got to get the photo." And I was like, "Oh, you do have to get the photo, don't you?" And
Really?
so I say, "You know what? No problem. Let's just do it
Yeah.
quick and I'll be on my way." But in this moment, you realize a lot of people could approach it a different way in this moment. So I take the photo and then you have the other guy in the back that recognized what's going on. And
Oh,
he's like, "I
no.
got to get a photo."
Oh no. You got a line now.
It's not a line, it's just two.
Yeah.
And so I take the photos. Now, my first instinct would have been, okay, maybe now is not the photo time. But then the guy who runs the gas station goes, "Well, since Tim Hortons is closed, why don't you just take one of the cold coffee drinks from the fridge?" And I'm like, it's not a bad idea. You got one of those like prepackaged.
Like the Starbucks.
That's what
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah.
And I don't even typically like those things, but I was in pinch here.
Very sweet.
I couldn't stop again, and I need a little bit of caffeine for this game. It's a late game. It's a playoff game. I don't know what it was.
Right.
And so I'm like, that's a good idea, actually. So I go grab the thing. I start walking back to the cash register, and he goes, I'm not going to accept your money for that.
Wow.
And sends out the door.
Mm-hmm. That's nice.
Everything in life is a two-way street. You never know exactly what's going on in people's heads and perception and so forth. So you give the benefit as much as you can. But this is one of those examples of how, like, everybody can be misjudging everybody else. There can be a huge communication gap in these exchanges. It could be all best intentions, but there is a circumstance where you are just too tied up or too busy or too
occupied, or maybe not even in the mood.
Too rough.
Yeah.
Too rough. Like one time I was really sick I was looking for like some type of lozenge or something.
Okay.
In the shoppers, and I'm sick and I don't even know what type of outfit it is. And my face is destroyed and I'm just like dead. And it's like, let's do the selfie over here. In the aisle.
Right.
And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
That can happen too. I do the selfie, whatever. It's fine. But I'm surprised that you're auto selfie. I'm surprised that you're Mike Tyson auto selfie.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're surprised.
Yeah.
You're surprised.
Well, let's get yours. What are you doing? Tell the truth.
I don't want any attention.
Zero.
From them.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Now, what?
I'll probably acknowledge them, like, oh, that's Mike Tyson, but I'll never approach them.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me ask you something else. What if there's an actual dialogue between the two of you?
Yeah.
Like not that you intended, but it just occurs. So what would be an example of this? Like, he's like, hey, can you open the overhead bin above you there?
Yeah.
Can you help me out? You just do and shut up? Or do you at that point say, you're Mike Tyson, aren't you?
I would probably say.
You'd probably say.
But that would be the extent, I think.
Right. It's very interesting, these dynamics. There are dynamics to it.
Yeah.
And the dynamics are different than they would have been at one time when you had an autograph.
Right.
Because, now it's a picture of the person in the mood and state and vibe that they're in. It's a bit of a different proposal than the autograph used to be.
Have you been hit with an autograph?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think I prefer it, to be honest.
Well, yeah, I was just going to say, there's something extra special about that.
I think I prefer it, to be honest. But I do also wonder, because oftentimes people ask me to sign their phones, and I'm like, you don't want me to, like, write on the phone.
Oh, right. Yeah. I think that's okay.
And I'm like, it's going to ruin your phone, maybe?
Yeah, but you slap a later case on it.
Well, yeah, buy a case from me to cover up my own signature, because I just didn't want to put the fair warning in. But regardless, it's an interesting dynamic. And I'm sure, Mo, even if you do approach, you're very pleasant.
I'm very polite.
You're very pleasant.
And listen, I take no for an answer. And I say, okay.
Yeah.
He doesn't want a picture.
So
he doesn't owe it. He doesn't owe it to me.
So if you get shushed by Lord, you're like, hey, that's fine. It's fine. Yeah. I get it. By the way, someone sent me a Lord shush compilation.
Oh.
It's not
What do you
It's
mean?
not a
She's
one-time
done
deal.
this?
It's not a one-time deal.
Oh my goodness.
Does she have a problem?
That's her thing. Other people told me this song specifically, very near and dear, the shush song.
Oh.
Very near and dear to the heart, and really wanting to feel the emotion. Dark place and everything else. So, but I know on his spare time he's going to look for the shush compilation, and I'm pointing in Will's direction because this is Mr. Shush over here. I never saw him like that before. Even if it was in the evening, this guy was fired up over that.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Hopefully this thing gets worked out, but unfortunately, in these circumstances, what ends up happening is they don't want to go to court. They settle out of court. It's a civil suit, and Tyson just ends up paying this guy for this whole ordeal. Right. Yeah. And the guy actually probably gets a decent deal because he got a couple scratches, and he ends up with some type of payment.
And a story.
And that's
a lesson.
And that's the thing I don't like. Well, that's what you would hope it would be.
Yeah.
But what is the lesson if he gets a payday out of this?
Yeah, you're right.
The lesson is do it again.
Unfortunately, you're right.
I mean, unless the next time around there's more damage dealt. In which case,
More money.
no, I'm talking about
Unfortunately.
like life-changing damage.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man, a Tyson
You know
punch
what?
can alter your life.
In the social media world, this guy could turn this into a celebrity fight. I'm the guy that got beat up by Mike Tyson on the plane.
Who is he gonna fight?
Jake Paul can promote it.
Right. Yeah.
Them two. People can watch Mike Tyson beat him up for $59 on Triller.
Yeah.
No, that would never be sanctioned. But just what a time to be alive, you know? That's all I'm trying to say. It's always these new rules. New rules all the time. We got to develop our own philosophy around them. Like Will's a no selfie, Mo's an insta selfie. We wouldn't have known. We wouldn't have known these things. Yeah. Elon Musk says Tesla's next car will have no steering wheel. Self-driving robotaxi will be cheaper per mile than a bus ticket, the billionaire claims. Yeah. He is all about, he's really about the private drive experience, not the public transit.
And autonomy.
And well, autonomy lets it happen because essentially, eventually, these individual vehicles begin to behave more like a train, where if you have interactivity and communication between these vehicles, you can imagine how efficiently they could use the roadways instead of the stop and go situation that we're used to. So, and I mean, it's definitely a little bit more comfortable than the typical public transport scenario. I'm just going to throw that out there. I don't know about the steering wheel thing. I mean, it does create a little bit of extra space. We've seen some manufacturers do retractable steering wheels, at least on concept vehicles. I think it was Audi. It goes in, it folds, it comes out if you need it. I guess these are plans for 2024, so well into the future. 2024.
Right. It's also an Elon timeline, so.
Is that well into the future? It's 2022. I guess it's not. Yeah, probably 2026. Speaking to shareholders during the company's quarterly earnings call, that's the one Mo was interested in. But you don't have Tesla stock. Oh, you do? Okay. Well, there we go. We sorted one out. Let's build Mo's portfolio backwards by reverse engineering his responses. Like, that was so obvious. You didn't hide that for a second, dude.
Well, I was trying to pick whether I'm gonna...
I know, but you waited long enough that you picked anyway.
Yeah, I know. It took too long to pick.
You waited long enough for it to be an absolutely resounding yes. We are also working on a new vehicle that I alluded to at the Giga Texas opening, which is a dedicated robo-taxi. It's going to be highly optimized for autonomy, meaning it will not have a steering wheel or pedals. There are a number of other innovations around it that I think are quite exciting, but it is fundamentally optimized to achieve the lowest fully considered cost per mile or kilometer when counting everything. Looking at some of our projections, it would appear that a robo-taxi ride will cost less than a bus ticket, a subsidized bus ticket, or a subsidized subway ticket. Whoa. That's big robo claims right there. Does he need the tunnels for that too? Do you have any boring company news in here, Will?
Oh, yeah. Moving on in the future.
You in the
In the future of this show.
The future of this show, not the future. Just
2024.
the near future. The near future of the show. Yeah, I mean, if you get those tunnels going, maybe your cost goes down even more. You're fighting traffic less. Maybe the whole thing becomes more feasible. I don't know.
Is this a car or a bus?
No, it will be a car, right? No?
I'm seeing some images.
They're
They
calling
said
it a
a
robo-taxi. So a
Okay.
taxi I'm not envisioning as a bus.
Yeah.
A taxi substitute, I mean, the form factor could be different, right? It could hold more people, or because getting in and out becomes a thing, right?
Yeah.
You might want some different type of door mechanism, sliding, or
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like a minivan.
Could be something like that.
I'm just trying to think, how do they make it cheaper than buses and trains and whatnot?
Electricity,
No,
that enough?
efficiency.
no infrastructure. Because you have to get like rails and stuff
Oh, okay.
and other stuff.
Will goes into the meeting at town hall. He's
Where are
like,
the rails and stuff?
he's like, I love the idea, but you got to get rails and stuff.
Yeah.
They're like, and they're like,
I just have a whiteboard and all this is infrastructure.
They're like, oh, well, yes, that's true, actually. Yeah, I guess it's some sort of robotaxi. I mean, who knows? Who's gonna follow up on this thing? Who really knows? But
it just makes me think that there's no real consortium in like vehicles talking to each other. You know what I mean?
No.
Because I think in Elon's case, he wants all cars to be Tesla.
Wouldn't hurt his bottom line, I'll tell you that. No, but you had that recent development of opening up the supercharger network. So I think there is a realization that at some point the path forward has some involvement.
Hopefully.
Of
I mean,
other
if the
companies.
idea is just like all automated on the road, then ideally there would be other brands talking to other brands.
Interoperability. Consortium.
Overlooking, all that stuff.
Company posted profits of $3.3 billion in the first 3 months of the year after delivering more than 310,000 cars to customers. Well, Mo's definitely got them in the buy, so I'm really glad we sorted that out today. Elon Musk releases more details on the upcoming robo-taxi electric car.
Oh, I think this is pretty much the
one.
same.
Yeah.
Well,
This is the one I
at
sent.
least this has an image of what
You're
it
right,
could
yeah.
look like, although for me, this is too ambitious. I
yes.
mean, it will not be like this. I would imagine it would be smaller than this.
It's also boxed in now that I'm looking at it.
There's no way out.
Just go in, you go out.
I think on the left-hand side it's not, but
Well, it's supposed to probably go into the boring tunnel.
Oh, like it goes. Vroom.
Yeah.
But then it would
That's
it
really
would need
cool.
to be able to spin its tires to pull in there to get into that spot in the first place.
No. Will's saying that's like an elevator.
I know
Yeah.
what he's saying, but how do you get on top of this platform from the road?
Oh.
Or you never do.
Maybe. You
Shout
never
out
do.
Jonathan. You never
it's
do?
Very interesting.
You go back into the tunnel and then somewhere else, and you just have these stations where I think you would have to be capable of going onto the road, but maybe only at certain points. Anyway, yes, exciting times. We live in the future of this show. Tesla workers in Shanghai will reportedly sleep and eat in the factory after COVID shutdowns. The measures are part of a closed-loop system encouraged by authorities. Never mind stay at home.
Wow.
Don't come to work, stay at home. Stay at work.
Stay at work. Don't go home.
Stay at work. Home
Man.
is the problem. That's where all the COVID is.
Oh, we got an update on CNN Plus. Vin just sent it.
Oh, okay.
It's shutting down.
Oh, they were
Already.
doing so bad.
Hold
They
on,
had
let
like
me-
10,000.
Of course, Vin loves that story because no content is good enough for him. He's like, it hasn't been invented yet. I need someone to read
Yes.
Twitter properly for me. And I was like, and then yesterday, he sends a story after we talked about it because we were more live than him.
Yeah.
The story, the Capitol,
Yes, the plane, the
the
evacuation.
parachutes.
Exactly.
It was breaking, really breaking. And we were getting to the bottom of it on social media using all the tools required. And then he, 2 hours later, sends the link to the story.
Yeah.
And I say, you wanted live breaking on your couch via social.
Right.
And you're not even there when it's there.
You're not ready for it.
And you
He's
know what
too
he
busy
says?
Cleaning.
He said, I'm cleaning. I'm like, yeah, right, you're cleaning. You're cleaning with nothing on? What are you cleaning, Vin?
Yeah.
Okay, CNN Plus is shutting down only a month after its launch. Whew. Rugged.
Yeah.
New parent company Warner Bros. Discovery decided to pull the plug on the streaming service after a slow first month. I heard they had 10,000 users.
That's it. Yeah, that's not good.
What happens to these legacy media companies? What happens to the news? Is this the news?
This
Are
is-
we the
yeah,
news?
This
is
it
the news now.
Yeah.
We are CNN Plus. We'll be shutting down next week. Shout out AJ. I guess I didn't even check it out at all.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, we covered this, but none of us were even thinking remotely to check it out.
Like to get a
Maybe.
subscription.
Yeah.
Maybe
Don't even
Vin.
check it
He
out.
would
Hey
be the
Mo,
only
you got
person.
the CNN Plus subscription yet?
So I think that's a pretty obvious sign that like it's not gonna work out.
Why is it that brand and a Plus? You remember when what was it? Beam got bought. Casey's social media by CNN, and then they were kind of working together for a period of time.
Okay.
And there was a lot of feedback, let's say, on that relationship, and people just didn't seem to agree that brand belonged on the internet. It's so strange, our perception of these things. Like, they're allowed to, people will support, I guess, and go to their website. But as far as having like a presence on social media, or having a product that they offer and that you pay for,
They also have Wolf Blitzer.
I mean, they got Wolf Blitzer.
And that wasn't enough.
They got a guy named Wolf Blitzer, who I've been compared to on many occasions. I don't know if you knew that. But I don't know who's going to shed a tear. I think about all the people who worked on it. I think about all the people getting fired. That's probably happening. March 29th, CNN took a step into the future of media, launching a new streaming service called CNN Plus that aimed to modernize its traditional television business and place a bet on the future of digital news consumption. But after a slow start, the new parent company, Warner Bros. Discovery, has already decided to shut down the service at the end of April. New CNN chief executive Chris Licht announced in a memo to employees on Thursday afternoon that that was obtained by the Washington Post. CNN Plus had launched with a ton of fanfare, featuring marquee talents like Chris Wallace from Fox News, Casey Hunt from MSNBC, and Audie Cornish from NPR. However, the network found difficulty convincing enough customers to pay the $5.99 monthly cost for the service, which offers a mixture of live and on-demand programming, including a large library of old shows from hosts like the late Anthony Bourdain. I just heard the numbers were really bad. Oh my God. Number was lower than the expected for a service that had cost more than $100 million to create.
Ooh.
$100 million
Yikes.
to create.
They should have just hired us.
Super Duper Tech is asking about the Mike Tyson conversation. We have already covered the Mike Tyson conversation earlier in the show, so you can scrub back to see what's going on. Any updates we will cover going forward. If you guys see any updates on the Mike Tyson situation, be sure to leave it in the chat and we'll follow up. We have moved on to other breaking news, which is the death, the RIP CNN Plus. Man, they can spend money. Big corporations, they can just spend money. Just putting things together as experiments.
Yeah.
For us, like, sometimes I feel it. I'm like, ooh, this experiment's expensive. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because you don't know how it's going to work out.
No, I know, but can you imagine 100 million and then you kill it in less than a month?
Oof.
100 million and you're like, whoops.
Gone. 30 days later. Poof.
Yeah, I really hope that they're able to salvage whatever they have.
What's the salvage? Once you tried your digital streaming service, like, how many cracks do you get at it?
I don't think so. I don't think you get
Like,
many,
people, what faith or confidence do people have in your next one?
Yeah.
I kind of had a similar, maybe an ounce of doubt when you had your other pluses come along, like Apple, their TV Plus, or Disney Plus. When you had your other brands, Disney's the only one that seemed to do it.
Yeah.
People were like, yeah, I'll pay for that brand.
Yeah.
Because it was more on the movie side.
Well, they already had everything.
But we're used to paying for Disney. Disney usually costs you money. You know, CNN usually doesn't cost you money.
This is a very good point. I didn't think of it
You
like
want to
that.
engage with Disney? Guess what? You got to go see a movie. You got to buy one, stream one that has some licensing. Oh, you want to interact with Disney? You go to their theme park. Oh, you want to interact with Disney? You got to buy a stuffed
toy or whatever.
I don't know what you got to do. You want to interact with Disney? You got to buy a drink from a fast food place that has a picture of an upcoming movie on it. It's always money.
Yeah.
There's no free Disney.
Yeah.
And so I think when they put the plus on it, it inspired a lot of other companies that were like, well, we can do that. But then the misstep was thinking that your brand was something that people would pay for when it was something they perceived as being free.
Yes.
Now, I know CNN is cable news, so it's certainly not free. But the way that people pay for cable is not for one thing.
Yeah.
It's a package thing.
It seems like a value.
And they're not attributing that payment specifically to that one brand. And so it becomes difficult to create that transition without providing tremendous value. Shout out Hazard Security says, I've been a subscriber for a very long time. I finally got a chance to listen to the live show because Willie Doo's early today. Keep up the great work. That's encouragement for you, Mo. While today's decision is incredibly difficult, it is the right one for the long-term success of CNN. It allows us to refocus resources on the core products that drive our singular focus, further enhancing CNN's journalism and its reputation as a global news leader. I don't know about all that. Because for me, it's like transition or die. For me, it's like movement. It's like evolution. There has to be some progress going on. I don't know about this next generation. Are my kids going to turn on CNN at any point in their lives? I doubt it. They don't even know what it is.
They're not going to have cable.
They don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
They know what Lou Later is, though, Will. I mean,
They're part of the community.
I mean, they're my kids.
Yeah, they have kind of no choice.
I forced them to know. Yeah. No, but they have an internet-first lifestyle. They're not going to get a cable subscription. And if these companies, these traditional media companies, can't figure out an internet presence, then they can't have the next generation of customers. You got to figure something out, even if it's free. I mean, do better work on YouTube or something. There was a good example of a collab. New York Times went out and got Johnny Harris.
Was it Johnny Harris?
Do I have the right name? He does amazing videos on YouTube. I just want to make sure I got the right name here. And they go out and get him. Yes. And he's already crushing videos on YouTube. And they say, "Can you help us out here?" And so then he goes and he essentially creates videos on his own for the New York Times channel. All of a sudden you're watching it and you're like, whoa, okay. Okay. You guys are paying attention to an extent. I'm sure there's all kinds of traditional media problems that exist for them too. And they got paywalls and everything else. Shout out Oscar.
Lou Later Plus?
No, we don't need it. It doesn't even have to be plus because it's already baked in there. You know the community. It's the super chat's been blowing me away lately. I was looking at yesterday. It was like bang, 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 bang.
It was very colorful.
It's like, phew. I was like, wow, man, it's very encouraging.
Yeah.
So anyway, over there in Shanghai, they're going to live in the factory. And the closed loop system, that proposal, I mean, the point of that is nobody in, nobody out. But it's pretty obvious that it's going to be, I like that. Somebody suggested Lou Later Ultra. Oh, man. It's exactly like Lou Later, but Ultra. They're like, hey, nothing changed about the show at all, except the price tag. I'm like, that's right, because it's Ultra now. Although you're the Ultra guy, but we don't have to go into it. We don't have to go into it. Shout out, Lee. So you got these I mean, that's going to suck. God. It's like you, Will. You can't wait to go home at the end of the day.
Yeah, just rush out.
Imagine just sleep under the table there. Oh. I'm like, Will, this is a closed loop system. He's like, you're just holding me hostage. What do you mean it's a closed loop system? I'm like, nothing in, nothing out. I got a zero tolerance policy.
Just like, here I go.
Yeah.
Going down.
Oh, man.
That's a lot to ask for your employees.
It is.
Let me ask you something.
Where do they sleep?
I'm sure they have beds.
Well, they're going to have to put a
like, is it in the corner or do they have their own station and then they just work there and sleep there?
They're going to have to put a sleeping quarters in there now that they're requesting this.
Yes.
And it's not unprecedented because some of them are more closed systems like Foxconn and stuff. They build the whole town around the factory. So maybe it's not as unheard of in China. But I want to ask you guys something on a tangent because I haven't been on one in a while.
Okay.
If you had to spend the night in this place, if you were trapped in here for whatever reason, where would you sleep?
The boiler room.
Hey, that was very easy for you.
Yeah.
You're looking for the smallest enclosed space in here.
Like you're talking about like...
what is it? No, you're worried about getting snuck up on?
This place is huge. You've been here alone, obviously.
You ever been in this place before? You ever been here before?
You ever been just standing somewhere and then you hear a noise from like down the hall?
I'm sure it's huge. Yeah.
It's quite terrifying, especially with all the lights off. You're like, poof, man, this place is huge. Anybody could be here.
Anybody could be here. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I want to have.
So
a
you're
few
going for
doors.
the smallest room with a single point of entry.
But also, there's a TV in there. There's a couch. It's a nice, comfortable. There's carpet.
Sure, but
That's a big deal.
if that room was empty but just had one couch in it, you'd still pick it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the real reason is you're looking for the tightest enclosed cave.
Yeah.
Right? It's like
Right,
survival in here.
However, actually, that
Shout
room
out,
might be
Brandon.
the green room might be the best because you have the alarm system.
You have the massage chair over there.
Yeah, and you have the alarm system.
I've seen Will sleeping in there on multiple occasions.
Yeah, snoring.
But it's multiple points of entry,
Yes.
3 points of entry, which you hate.
Yes, I'm not a big fan.
And it's a lot more glass and the stuff. So you're looking for a cave. Okay, I like your answer. Go ahead. What do you have? And tell the truth, Will.
You're talking about just alone here?
Yeah, you're trapped alone here. Not even Otis.
I would go for the green room.
Green room.
Green room's good.
I like this multiple entrances and exits.
See, so this brings me to the next thing about you're sleeping at night, and I don't know what your circumstances are, but door open to the bedroom or closed? Shout out Oscar. Some people are adamant about these things. They're like, I gotta have the door open, or I can't even fall asleep without the door closed.
Yeah.
Like some people are adamant. So when you go to bed at night, is your door shut or not?
At home or here?
Okay, let's hear both.
Well, here it's shut. At home it's open.
Interesting. Well,
Half open
oh,
for all.
at home, half open. What's that about?
Otis likes to move around. I don't know.
Okay, another Otis
Living room
excuse.
and the bedroom.
Another Otis excuse. Okay, let's say there was no Otis involved. Open or closed?
Closed.
Fully closed.
Yeah.
Really?
I would like to hear it if someone opens the door.
Yeah.
Easy.
Oh wait, you want to hear the door being open?
Yeah.
Well, I
Kind of like
I
a
just want to
mini
have the
alarm.
door open so I can hear if somebody's walking around.
Oh, okay.
Like I can hear.
I don't know if it works that way. I think he's right. You're more likely to hear the door open than you are somebody quietly moving about because your door's half open. They can then just slide through there.
Yeah, I know, but you got to pass other doors. Like,
But what type of hearing are you dealing with?
my place is tiny.
No,
so
no.
for me,
I'm
it's
saying how deep are you as a sleeper?
me not very deep.
So that's why you're saying that.
Yeah.
But if you're a deep sleeper, then your best chance is that last door opening up. Shout out Justine Chang. Appreciate it. For myself, this is not even a lie. I'd probably just sleep right there. Like
I've seen you sleep.
I don't
there.
care at all.
Yeah.
I have zero care in the world. I actually, and I think that there's some sort of psychological thing here where I'm not scared of big spaces at all. Like this big, huge space makes me feel calmer, not more chaotic. I like big open spaces. It's weird. I think most people would be in search of a cave
Yeah.
or something more clearly defined. But I would have no problem just sleeping right there. Now, granted, it's not like a public place. I don't think that I can do that. I can't be the guy in the subway train just fully out cold.
But it is pitch black in here, in this room.
And the climate, I'm big on climate, like having the right temperature. And this room is for sure the most capable from that standpoint.
Yeah.
And it actually doesn't have that many points of entry. So, anyway, something I've always wondered, guys. Unfortunately for these workers, this is the last thing they want to hear, but they got to get these cars pumped out, I guess. And China's not making it easy with their restrictions.
I guess they have to deal with food and showers on their own.
It's gonna be
Washroom.
absolutely wild. Tesla's restarting production at its massive Shanghai factory. The city of 25 million begins to ease lockdown restrictions, according to a report from Bloomberg. This closed-loop system is encouraged by Shanghai authorities. Well, yeah. Sleeping, showering, eating, and relaxation. Each employee will receive free meals a day, and a daily stipend of around $63. Only workers who have received 2 vaccination doses will be allowed to enter the factory, and each will take daily nucleic acid tests for the first 3 days back. That's not fun. Shout out Legend. No fun. No fun.
Yeah, hopefully they solve this quickly.
Yeah, get to the bottom of it. Boring Company has some news. Elon hasn't forgot about that one. The Boring Company just raised $675 million at a $5.675 billion valuation. How about having a company that we didn't even talk about or hear about in a long time, and then just a casual $5.675 billion valuation means that Elon Musk has created 3 separate multi-billion-dollar companies and $1 trillion company in the last 20 years. And then Pomp on Twitter goes on to say GOAT in all caps, and he also goes on to include the GOAT emoji in case you didn't see, in case you were confused by the first word GOAT. You can see the visual representation of a physical goat
Emoji.
an actual goat.
I just think it's crazy. Elon Musk, 3 separate multi-billion-dollar companies and $1 trillion company.
Well, if he gets the Twitter deal done, then add another one in there.
Yeah, that's really impressive.
I guess he didn't start it, but he would also own it at that point. Tesla, $1+ trillion valuation. SpaceX, $100+ billion valuation. PayPal. Oh, these are the companies he's founded. $100+ billion valuation. Boring Company, $5.6 billion valuation. Solar City, $2.6 billion valuation. Neuralink, $1 billion. Neuralink's already $1 billion?
Yeah, and they're all future tech companies.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much potential in all of them.
Growth stocks.
Yes.
Go ahead, Mo.
Yeah, they're all growth stocks.
Go ahead, Mo.
Well, he doesn't. Does he still own PayPal? Or sorry, does he still have shares in? It's all sold.
Go ahead, Mo.
Yeah, I just found this really.
You were about to break
impressive.
into an entire financial analyst break dance right here.
Yeah, that was me actually.
Do a couple spins. Anyway, yeah, Boring Company. They want to end. They're looking to hire people too. Now they got this. They're flush with cash. They just raised a bunch more money. They're looking to hire people that want to end world traffic, which is definitely a thing that's universally hated. So it's an ambitious goal, but it is one that most people have some degree of experience with, and it's a problem that most people wouldn't mind solving. So that would be a cool job to have.
Yeah.
Good luck to all the applicants. I can't wait for tunnels everywhere. That'd be great. It still seems really hard to me, but I guess like all this stuff, this entire list seems hard.
Yeah. All the stuff he's doing is hard.
It's all just hard stuff. It's all just, and then he's like, let me solve freedom of speech on Twitter and by spending $50 billion.
That one's the craziest.
Like, okay, cool.
Good luck, Elon.
Shout out Cole. You know what Cole says?
What's he saying?
Go ahead, Mo. That's what he says.
Yeah.
I didn't say it. He said it. Netflix might add ads after shock stock drop. What is this rap? I felt like it was a Rough Riders anthem there for a second. Shout out G-Man. G-Man's asking about the Johnny Depp situation. Do either of you know enough about it to even comment?
I don't know enough. No.
Yeah, me neither.
I know surface level.
You guys, I saw you watching the whole thing yesterday.
I was watching it, yes.
So you must know everything there is.
Ongoing.
You must know something.
I think Jack is the one that's most educated.
Okay, all right. Well, we're gonna have to wait.
Have him.
We're gonna have to wait for Jack. I haven't really been following. It's all very sad.
That's the thing.
I turned it on for like 2 minutes maybe, and he's talking about trying to make it work, this relationship, and dealing with the abusive and negative nature of it. And I'm like, am I gonna do 2 hours of this?
Yeah, there is, like, I was listening to one, and sometimes you get the feeling of, like, man, this feels like I'm invading. Like, some of it's just way too...
Like, why is this conversation happening in public?
Yeah.
Why is this happening in the court system? Why can't... What's...
Yeah. Well, I guess that adds the drama to it, right? Like, why is this so huge right now? But it's not a happy conversation.
Happy. No. But it's also I'm not sure what to do with the information. It's one of those things where you get this information
and you just feel helpless about it.
You can't process it. Yeah. You can't do much with it. It's like, okay.
And there's a lot of he says, she says. So.
Yes. And just, okay, we're both this was a terrible situation together, and then you're kind of left there, no resolution.
Yeah. Well,
So-
no answer. No. Yeah. What's going on here? Is this
Well, it's live. I guess it's
Yeah.
live right now. Johnny Depp testifies in defamation. He's testifying again?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Sorry, Will, you go ahead. You know
It
more
just
about
keeps
this.
going. Like these testimonies.
Wow.
No, but you don't dispute that.
So there was a lawsuit that he lost, though.
The pill.
This is
and
him
the
suing
plant
somebody
stuff.
else.
Answer. My sister Christy has over many years.
So this is like,
since my youth.
yeah, it's happening
had
right
a
now.
number of worries.
They had
about
one
my
yesterday
consumption
as well.
Growing up. Yes, she talked.
It's
to
so
me.
crazy. And
She
then they
talked to
sit
me
there
many
in front of all these
times.
people
Yeah.
And in the first, she
and
tells me
talk
she's watching
about
Black Mass
all their
for the first
fighting,
time, right?
Yeah.
all their arguments.
And
And why it happened and who did what. And
5 days later,
obviously nobody's agreeing on
Can
anything.
you imagine even trying to remember, to recall every argument you've ever had?
I mean, they go far as back. Like, I saw one incident was from 2012. And I'm like, what?
Wow.
I was graduating high school. I don't remember what I did that summer.
Shout out Mo on the graduation.
publish that. Okay. Thank you.
Right? You know,
Like she's taking notes.
Yeah, I don't know if she testified yet.
She's
Maybe
taking
someone
notes.
in the comments, but all I've seen this week was Johnny Depp on the podium.
She's taking notes. What do her notes say? You know what her note says? Ha 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 ha.
Well, he's suing. Who is he suing? Because I think it's like a.
Her $50
No.
million.
I don't think he's suing her. I think he's suing.
It's a defamation trial against her.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. Yeah, he's saying you ruined my career, and that's worth $50 million. It's wild. It's wild stuff. I mean, he definitely, his career has been affected by this.
Well, he lost the job. The Fantastic Beast.
You're not trying to hire him right now. It's a lot.
No.
So many problems. It's too risky because this is a guy who will be attached to projects in the hundreds of millions of dollars.
Oh yeah, family movies and yeah.
It's
He's not making the list.
It's too
anymore.
risky for you
No.
to be aligned with that. I mean, he can open up new categories. He can call up like Quentin Tarantino or whatever. He doesn't. He loves
Yeah, but
that arc.
yeah,
the
the
career
Pirates
arc.
brand.
No,
Remember?
Pirates. What is that?
The
Disney?
Disney?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, Pirates.
They made so much money.
Oh my God! Don't even.
Oh, and he was
start.
great.
Well, he
was
himself.
great.
He himself made so much money.
Yeah, I think the extra sad part for me about this is just like it's very obvious like how his addiction issues have affected his life, and it's just very upsetting.
I think that's a decent characterization. The word upsetting. It's definitely upsetting. This is not upsetting. Oh, we're still on Netflix.
Yeah, did you? We just started this.
Oh yeah, we're somebody actually was just asking about the Johnny Depp thing. So
Yes.
well, listen, if you guys care about it, I'll look into it. You guys let me know.
It is sad, just the whole thing. It's exactly what you imagine it would be.
So the only way I'm going to go down this rabbit hole is if the community wants it to happen.
Okay.
So if you guys,
Yeah, we should have a vote.
yeah, if you guys want to get to the bottom of the Johnny Depp thing, then say it in the chat and say it in the comments. And if not, then let us know as well, because it's going to be going on for a while if we want to stay updated on it. Netflix might add ads after shock, stop, shut them down, open up.
Chop.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't know. That headline really reminds me of that song
Yes.
for some reason. So, okay, first of all, yesterday we talked about Netflix. I think it was the head story.
Yeah, where Elon says that like they're too woke, that's why they're losing subscribers.
And then also just the drop and
huge drop,
the
yeah.
increase in price and the increase in competition.
Oof, down 41% now.
The one thing we didn't talk about yesterday was the password sharing. And because I've talked about it in the past, but I realize it's come back up now. And it's worth talking about now. Because Netflix basically put some blame on that. They said
Yep.
things would be different if 100 million people weren't sharing passwords.
Yep.
You're both password sharers.
No,
You're not.
I'm not a password sharer.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you were.
No, I mean, I No, I have like a family account. I have the same account you do, which is like 4 devices
Right.
can stream at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So I just have 4. Like I gave my mom my password. I gave my
Sounds like you're sharing passwords.
but one household.
Well, that was aggressive.
You best know. One household.
With the tip of the hat.
Don't call me a password sharer.
Oh my god, that felt like a physical attack. That felt like a threat. Shout out Patrick.
Well, you
Appreciate
offended
it.
him.
That's a, did you know what I'm talking about?
I felt it.
That was rigid.
Hey man, no, it wasn't.
Did you get it on camera? Did you cut? Oh.
Well,
I was really paying attention.
He was on. You got the with the eyes as well, right? He had lasers coming out of his eyes as well when he hit me with that.
yeah.
I don't care if you share passwords, by the way. I think
No.
Netflix is suggesting that 100 million people are. You realize how significant that number is?
Yeah.
That's like, I don't know how many customers they have. It's probably like half or maybe a third of their customers.
third.
But is there a family plan?
Shout out Ruaman.
There is? No?
Well, I kind of treat mine as a family plan. Like I don't have
Mo
4
created
devices.
his own family plan by password sharing. That's
I think, but that's the intent, right? Like, who's streaming 4 different devices at the same time?
well, I think
No individuals doing
but I
that.
think it's more along the lines of like I'm not going to get an account for my 10-year-old. I think it's
Yeah.
adults,
Oh, I see.
right? Multiple adults. Is it? That's just not. That seems more.
But at the same time, it's
I don't
like
care. I think it should be allowed.
at least he's doing it in one household. I think that matters.
But they should just call it that. They should just call it a family plan then, so that everybody's very clear on how they're supposed to use it. Because it is a bit. It's conflicting at the moment.
Right.
It's so like for me, the profiles are just children essentially. Like
Yeah,
they wouldn't,
it's the same-
they couldn't pay for it. They don't even
Yeah,
have credit cards. So I think that's how Netflix envisions the typical scenario. Now, brothers, sisters, parents, and it gets extended quickly.
Yeah, but could you imagine if I was paying like $50 from my house and like everybody got their own account? That's crazy.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Shout out White B68 and shout out Rue again. Go to it. By the way, we just got an update. Apparently Square, Etsy, and Shopify just went down. And is there some sort of, is it true?
Shopify
Are we
has been
checking
going
right
down
now? It
for a
doesn't look
while.
like it's down to me. It's working where we are at the moment. So
Do they mean down? I hate
You know
to
what-
say it, but down in stocks, is that what they mean?
do you hate to say it, Mo? Do you hate to say it?
Yeah, it's dropped 4%. It's a drop, but not like
Mo does not hate to say it. He means down like that? Is that our show now?
I don't know. Is that
what happened to our show now?
Oh, God.
Stocks go up, stocks go down.
Yeah. The up is up and the down is down.
Okay, get a Shopify. Like none of this surprises me though. Like I said,
Well,
it's the same-
Shopify has been taking a hit for a while.
Well, but it's the same thing I was saying yesterday. It was the same thing I was saying about Netflix. Big picture stuff. Big picture stuff.
People are going out.
It costs money to go out.
Yeah.
And what do you don't have unlimited money. So you can't be shopping as much online if you're out.
Yeah.
So
But this isn't necessarily a bad thing for these companies because that means they will correct once people stop going outside. Like it'll come back to a balance. Wouldn't you agree? Like people right now,
Yeah.
they're gonna go outside, whatever it's gonna cost them, and they'll find ways to save money in other places.
go ahead, Mo.
You're really hitting him hard today. You're gonna get punched like Mike Tyson and that dude.
Oh, God.
That's where physical distance comes in.
Yeah, that's why I can't reach
Yeah,
you.
that's right. That's right. That's where physical distance comes in. And then like how different it is if somebody is prodding you or bugging you and the body language of standing over top of somebody, what we were talking about earlier, or the body language of like a stare down when they're going to actually fight and they're nose to nose and how the aggression just has to go up because of
Yeah.
proximity. It's interesting.
Yeah.
So in other words, me and Mo, he's completely calm. We've created this set in such a fashion. And no matter what happens,
Yeah.
even when he holds his finger up at me like this with the laser beam eyes,
Distance.
I do not share my password. Anyway, the streaming service reported a loss of 200,000 customers in the first quarter of 2022. The stock plummeted. We talked about it yesterday. And one way, I guess, to increase revenue that hasn't already happened for them is ads. That would be weird. On Tuesday, the OG streaming giant announced that it is losing subscribers for the first time in a decade. 200,000 fled the platform, which went from 221 million paying members to 221.6 this quarter, 221.8 to 221.6. Analysts had expected it to gain more than 2 million. Oof. Following the release of the letter, Netflix's stock tanked. Share values dropping by more than 30%. Most of the Netflix competition also faced dips in their stocks, for the record. Disney fell by more than 5%. HBO Max's parent company by 4%.
Well, this follows your line.
Big picture.
Yeah.
Big picture. In addition to the possibility of new limits on logins, Netflix might end up doing something else it's never done, showing advertisements. One way to increase the price spread is advertising on low-end plans. Well, we talked about this before. Shout out, Bobby.
Have we?
Those who have followed Netflix know that I've been against the complexity of advertising and a big fan of the simplicity of subscription. But as much a fan as I am of that, I'm a bigger fan of consumer choice. I agree with this. Tiers, man. Offer tiers, real tiers. Not like $20 or $15.
Yeah.
And don't make me screw up my resolution. But if I'm willing to watch ads and you can somehow subsidize the cost, choice is fantastic here. The internet works that way almost everywhere else.
Well, they would essentially be replicating YouTube's business model.
Well, as YouTube and others have attempted to take from Netflix, they got to take something from those other guys.
Yeah.
The internet has changed a lot. You think about the landscape when Netflix first started streaming and how terrible everything on YouTube was? It's not anymore.
No.
And so now you got to, the number of things competing for your attention, you got to compete in every which way. Same reason YouTube has to do shorts. You don't want to watch it? Okay, don't. But they can't sit around while, this huge group of people is over here or migrating from their platform because it is the thing that they want. Go ahead, Will.
Yeah, I agree that there should be tiers, but I think the challenge is to figure out the balance between how much it's going to cost and how many ads and all that stuff. But yeah, with what you're saying with like the resolution, no, just give it full resolution, 4K.
It's
expensive,
it is
man.
expensive. And so here's the thing I'll say about that, and I'm with you.
Yeah.
Here's the thing I will say about that, and it's not an exact comparison because in the case of YouTube, it's mostly watched on mobile, whereas my experience with Netflix is mostly on a bigger display
Okay.
where resolution matters more. But YouTube started cut back on that res. I'm not saying they don't make it available, but you got to click.
Yes.
You go, you click.
You have to change it.
And they change the way you see it, so you don't just pick the highest. They're like, oh, slightly better. They know what they're doing. And it is cost related. For sure it's cost related.
Yeah.
It's data related. It's a lot of other factors. But I just feel we need to do something right now because of where we're at in this story and in this conversation. And we need clarity in this department. We got to go to Netflix and see what the actual options are right now and then come up with what our ideal
Right. Me and Will were talking about this.
setup would be. And we can also guess, because we roughly know advertiser CPMs, we can roughly guess what an ad-supported service would cost. Can you just switch to US? Yeah. Wow, they have a really comprehensive plan and pricing site. This is interesting. Okay, here we go. We're in the US now. We have basic, standard, and premium. And this is the monthly cost in United States dollars. $9.99 for basic, $15.49 for standard, and $19.99 for premium. Screens you can watch at the same time is 1, then 2, and then 4.
Yep.
Number of phones or tablets you can have downloads on is the same. 1, 2, and then 4 at the $20 premium. Unlimited movies, TV shows, and mobile games. Imagine who's doing the gaming on the Netflix anyway.
Have you not seen?
No, I've seen.
Yeah.
I've seen, but I want to know who's doing. They all get that. They all get laptop, TV, phone, and tablet. HD doesn't come in until $15.49. $10, I can't get HD. I can't get HD for 10.
Not here, you can't.
And UHD or 4K or whatever, 3840 by 2160 kicks in only at the $20 price. Now you see the way they reference this. They are saying number of screens you can watch at the same time.
Yeah.
You see the phrasing? Mm-hmm. It's very interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
They don't want to encourage. What do they envision you watching at the same time? You have your tablet with one thing, your TV with some... No, they know damn well, but they don't want to say it.
Mm-hmm. Because it sets a precedent to share.
And encourages it.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if that said number of people in the household that can watch at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Or what about just number of people, number of users that can be watching at the same time?
Right. That's even more.
Encouraging. This is all dumb. The premium should be called family.
Mm-hmm.
It should be called family.
And then what is a standard couple?
No. They should do it by how many people are going to use it.
Right.
And it should be less per person. It's like everything else.
Mm-hmm.
You're buying in bulk.
Yeah.
You pay less per person.
Okay, so what does the...
And this HD goofiness, that's hilarious. You're watching Netflix. You're watching movies.
Right.
You're watching a movie in less than HD in
720?
2020,
Yeah. I mean, that's...
2022?
That's silly.
On a TV? On this TV? Probably not this TV.
Mm-hmm.
Any TV. That's such a shame. Nobody likes that. A filmmaker doesn't like that.
Mm-mm. Not at all.
So you take that basic, you unlock HD and Ultra HD, and then you put ads. So everyone, they get the resolution, but then it's subsidized by the ads, and then you take $2 off, and it's $7, $7.99.
Wait, the ad one will still cost me money, you think?
You want free?
Yeah.
Oh, you're not getting free with ads. It's not enough. It won't make up for 10.
YouTube does it.
How does YouTube do it?
YouTube is free. I can just go on YouTube, watch a few ads, and watch the video I want to watch.
On YouTube, you watch 3-minute videos and you see 2 ads before it. How often?
Listen, I'm not saying it's the best business model, but like I'm saying...
No. What I'm saying is it's long form on Netflix. You can't be interrupted every 3 minutes.
Well, to be honest, man, the most popular stuff on Netflix is TV shows. It's not very long form.
Okay, so let's say...
It's 20-minute shows.
And then a bank of advertising like TV, no one's going to put up with it.
We were also talking about mid-roll.
If it's free, I think people would.
Oof.
I think it's free, and you got to watch...
So you have a premium show like... say,
people watch TV before, right?
But they didn't have the internet at their disposal at that moment. And they didn't have a TV service that was ad-free that was in the...
It wasn't an option.
Recent memory. And they didn't have Disney Plus, which doesn't have ads, and it is like $10 or whatever it is as another option. Shout out D-Man. So it's all this package of things going on that have to be considered. The number of ads and the amount of subsidy that I think would be elegant enough to exist on Netflix is going to land you somewhere in the $6-7 neighborhood, I think. The only subsidy is going to supply you on a monthly basis to compensate for the lost revenue, assuming that's what they want to do, is going to be a couple of bucks a month to reach you. It's not major.
Yeah.
It's not a massive overhaul. And the reason you know this is because of CPMs. Their business model has let them approach content that doesn't have to get 50 million views. Right? Their business model has allowed them to get the licensing on a documentary that only 10,000 people are going to watch because of the monthly fee.
Right.
So
Imagine everybody to get access to YouTube was paying between $10 and $20 a month. Imagine the type of content you could make. It's not even close to that when you start looking at CPMs, and certainly when you start looking at global CPMs, which I look at. You might have a CPM in the United States, but you start moving to other parts of the world, those shrink so fast, and it just doesn't become feasible, like Netflix's prices in other regions. Shout out, Ron.
this might be unpopular opinion, but what do you think if it's a free model, it's ads, but the content is limited?
Yeah, I know. I was thinking that too.
Like only originals.
You don't see the latest stuff that they make.
Right. Or I would say
some sort of formula with that.
No. I was thinking more like a freemium game that's like, you've played too much. You have to wait half an hour before you can play anymore.
Oh.
Because
No, I don't like that.
No,
you
yeah,
gamify
you've
it?
seen they do it, man.
Yeah.
You've seen them do it.
I would imagine like it could work if there was like, I don't know, the Stranger Things next season.
Yeah.
You can watch the latest, like up to like whatever season it's on, and then the next season you can't watch it with the
Right, like season
basic
4
or
is
light
coming out in
until
May.
you get the next
My
tier.
bad. I said shout out Ron. It's from Gabriel. The currency that he gave was wrong.
Shout out currency.
Oh, that's too good, man. Romanian is the Romanian currency.
Oh, look how colorful that money is.
Oh man, that's too good. That's way too good. Anyway, they're saying the Hulu model, right? That is the Hulu model. Can you bring up Hulu next to Netflix? Because Hulu has the ad supported,
Oh, okay.
right?
Never been on,
with
so.
Amazon.
And they go $6.99 for the ad supported. That's what they're able to pull off. Now their content offering's a little bit different, obviously.
Right.
And they also give you a deal on the yearly, which I think is key. That's clutch. They should all have that. $6.99 a month or $70 a year.
All right.
So you're getting 2 months free.
Yeah.
I like that. Hulu no ads goes up to 13. Hulu Plus live TV with Disney Plus and ESPN Plus, $70 a month. Oof, that goes up quick.
Yeah, but that's a lot.
Is it?
I don't know. It's a lot of stuff that I don't watch, but if somebody,
Yeah, I guess if you have live TV and things like that, but you see how it quickly becomes cable pricing. It quickly becomes what you had before. So if they can come in at $6.99 with ads, that's compelling compared to Hulu at least. That's something. But they definitely got a problem going on here. The way that they're perceived and what they're trying to get from you. They definitely got a problem here. I think loyalty is a good idea. I think yearly discounts so people can't flip-flop.
Right.
And ultimately making content that people think is really valuable.
Right. You can't get anywhere
That
else.
they're willing to pay for. And you might be able to rebound to a certain extent, but I think there might be a slight overreaction going on right now because of those big picture things that we talked about.
Right.
Could be a slight overreaction, but certainly some clarity on this sharing thing or family. Like it makes people, even your reaction, it makes you feel like you're breaking the rules. When you're paying them $22 a month, and you're feeling like, am I supposed? I don't know. How can I? It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
That's strange. You never want a company to be in a position where they're scolding you for paying them.
Yeah.
That's bizarre. You know what that's like? That's like when you're at the restaurant and they're like, one person at the table can't have the buffet unless everybody has the buffet. You ever had that experience?
No.
Because they don't want you to sneak food.
Shout out
to the
Marcel.
other
I
people.
see.
So they go, if you guys are doing buffet, you're all doing buffet.
Right.
It's going to be 25 per like everybody.
Right.
And you're like, but this kid over here does not want to eat the buffet and have 2 bites. And they're like, that's the policy.
Oh, wait, sorry. I have like an all-you-can-eat sushi.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody has to pay whoever's walking
Exactly.
in. Got it, yeah.
It's a similar feeling where in that moment, you're like, you don't even trust me? I'm trying to give you money.
Yeah.
Feel violated.
You don't trust me? I'm trying to give you money. Scenario. Instagram is begging you to stop reposting TikToks to Reels.
It's getting that bad, apparently.
And
Well,
it's
it's
going
bad
to
everywhere.
downrank you when you do. It's the watermark.
Yeah. It's so transparent.
And the crappy resolution.
Who would think we're talking about watermarks in 2022?
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
TikTok watermark. Instagram is making a few new creator-focused changes to its platform, which Instagram head Adam Mosseri said are meant to make sure that credit is going to those who deserve it. Well, that's another thing. People just rip and dip. They just take from other places and
Yeah.
upload as their own.
Was a big problem going on in Snapchat. Snapchat with their Spotlight app. They were giving $1 million to the top story of the day. And what ended up happening was people just reposting from TikTok to Snapchat.
$1 million a
It was
day?
it was ridiculous. And they spent like over $100 million. And now they've changed it to, and I don't know what it is right now, but last week I was watching a video. They had changed it to, I think it's like $1 million every week now.
Will, are you questioning Mo's credentials?
I'm not. No, I just thought it was really.
It's out there. It's really ridiculous.
Are you
$1 million
questioning? Are
a
you
day.
questioning Mo's numbers?
No,
and these-
Mo's got it.
No, there's a very interesting video done on this, and like kids are like getting 50 grand because they're winning. Right?
Oh, it's not $1 million per person.
No, sorry, it's million for the
The
top,
pool of
yes,
money, yeah.
exactly.
Oh, I see.
But it's really repetitive
Tournament style.
because once you get big, you end up becoming big for the next couple days. So you win a few pots in a row type of thing. But it's very, very. This reposting of other content is a real problem.
Sounds very lucrative.
Don't
Why aren't we on Snapchat?
don't question Mo. Well,
Yeah, how dare I?
don't even think about it. All right, because he was ready there.
Yeah.
He's like, try me.
He's behind me.
He had numbers. He's making the sad face behind you. If you create something from scratch, Missouri said in a video explaining the new features, you should get more credit than if you are resharing something that you found from someone else. We're going to try to do more to try and value original content more, particularly compared to reposted content. Valuing original content isn't a new thing, of course, but Messeri said Instagram is going to lean more heavily in this direction. Translation, please stop posting TikToks to Reels. We're begging you. So they're going to downrank it. They're going to use some type of AI, some type of scanning
That can see the watermark.
to discover the watermark. Reels in particular is central to this effort. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg called the short form videos our fastest growing content format by far, and they're now available across Facebook and Instagram. But anyone who uses Reels knows it can feel like a TikTok clone, often with the same content just reposted, TikTok logo and all. One way for Instagram to de-incentivize that practice, bury it in the rankings, and that's exactly what Messeri seems to be planning to do. We will iterate over time. I can't imagine, like they're saying, aggregator accounts, like meme accounts, which are just check out this funny thing.
Yeah,
It's all reposts.
Yeah.
Those are the biggest accounts, the hugest accounts. Look at this funny thing, or look at this cool thing that happened somewhere else on the internet without any commentary, reconfiguration.
It's like World Star Hip Hop or something.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to
Aggregator.
think of examples, but even what was the one dude who, I'm not remembering his name now, he became really famous, fat Jewish.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He became, but I don't even know, is he still doing the aggregation? Because he was getting heat for,
Plagiarism.
well, it was a topic at one point in time. I see Twitter. Interesting.
It's only a hashtag.
Does he do the Instagram anymore? Did you type Instagram? Oh, yeah, there you go. Of course he does. For some reason, it was downranked. Okay, yeah, so it's still going on.
But when's his most recent post, though? Like, are these recent posts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know. Shout out, Lee. Don't forget to like this video. Yeah, we would love that if you like this video. Thank you, Lee. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that gets reposted. I don't know, but that's the internet, man. The internet is post, repost, retweet. I mean, maybe they need to find a better way to repost that type of content. I know YouTube is goofing around with remix. You're allowed to use small pieces, but you got to put some new element to it. So imagine if it would be okay on Reels if you did some type of new version, a recut or a commentary on top of or something.
Right.
I wonder how that's going to get treated. Is that going to get downranked as well? Because they pick up 7 or 8 frames that were from the TikTok. It's all very interesting. People trying to reformat and have success across platform. Because more often than not, if you see something that's blowing up on TikTok, guess what? It'll probably work on Instagram Reels.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
But I know YouTube feels the same way with the short stuff. They're like, hey, no watermarks, please. No repurposing.
Well, that's the power of being first to the game.
Well, nobody watermarks, though. Imagine if YouTube watermarked all my content.
No, but I think that was a great move from TikTok, right?
Well, I'm surprised everybody's okay with it.
Yeah.
Now that you think about it, it's like your video, but you can't get the brand name off of it.
Yeah.
No matter what you do. You can't rip it without the brand name on it. Now, I know on YouTube, you always have the player when it's embedded. So the branding is always there, but if you rip a YouTube video, it's clean. It's whatever it was originally.
Yeah.
Unless the individual chooses to watermark it with their own brand. But to have the overlord, the company themselves,
Yeah, just automatically.
it's pretty wild
There's
when
no
you think
option.
about it like that.
Yeah.
If everything we ever posted to YouTube had a YouTube badge that couldn't be extracted from it,
Yeah. No, that's not good.
it's obvious we wouldn't like it. But
You wouldn't feel like you had
Tik-
ownership.
on TikTok, since it's always been like that, people just kind of live with it.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, you're out here promoting the platform everywhere you go. A platform that apparently, what we've come to learn, barely pays you
Yeah.
in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
So
Barely pays you and owns your content.
watermarks it. They'll probably charge you a premium fee. They're like, no, you don't want the watermark?
Right.
Oh,
There's
cost
a
you.
plan for that.
There'll be
There's a
$9.99
tier.
per month. Don't share your password. Google search now displays detailed air quality information in the U.S.
What does that mean?
Like if it's polluted
Oh, interesting.
It
So
was-
like wherever you're going?
or the city you're currently in.
I thought this was your story, Mo. It's not.
Is this my story?
Well, that's your story.
This might be my story.
Shout out hazard security. No,
Like,
it's
what
not.
is this?
No, it's not. It's mine.
Is it your?
I mean, some people might choose not to go into the city, I guess, if it's a particular, and every city deals with this a little bit differently, but some
The
people
smog.
might change their plans. You can see the air quality index from green all the way up to dark red. So in this particular scenario, you can see Seattle on the air quality index is great that day.
pretty
It's like
good.
head into the city. Don't worry about it. But
Interesting. Like where does it have the sensor?
everywhere
the
you
city.
see a dot.
Wow.
What is it though? What's the sensor?
I believe it would be looking for air particles. It would be like parts per million or whatever. It would be looking for contaminants.
Is it Google's like product or something?
It's probably like mapping where they tap into companies that are already
Oh, yeah,
tracking
yeah.
these things.
Oh, okay.
and then embed
Right.
it into
and then
maps.
just make it a deal.
Yeah, well, I don't know if the city does some of this themselves. Let's see. Google already helps us breathe easy by organizing our email.
Wow.
Last year, it pushed an update to its Nest hubs to prominently display your local AQI. That stands for Air Quality Index. Now that info is becoming available in even more places, as Google search also starts showing city-level air quality information. I guess you can just type in Seattle Air Quality Index, and boom, it pops up, but inside of Maps. You can maybe you can do it right on Maps, but for now, you can try Googling air quality or air pollution. It'll display a card that you can probably do Toronto and see what it should be fine today, obviously. Click on Maps, maybe. Maybe it's a US only. Oh, can you try air quality instead of pollution? Only certain cities supported so far by the looks of it. Okay, go back to the article. We're getting nothing for Toronto at the moment. Here we go. It's in the US, which joins India and Australia with access to the card. So no luck for you, Will. You can manually specify location while searching or click choose area to display a list of nearby air quality station. Underneath the map, you'll get a breakdown of stations that can be expanded to show detailed information. And toggling include air sensors will populate the map with pinning all local AQI sensors. Google warns that sensor data may have unknown performance and inaccuracies. Well, of course. It'll work on mobile and desktop browsers along with the Google search app. Now, there's some cities that could really use this. It becomes a huge problem to the point where they recommend you just stay home that day when pollution
where?
can be that bad. Whoa. Someplace in China or...
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see where you're going. Like
Shout
very
out,
dense
shout
cities.
out, Jared. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Typically smoggy, humid, particulate matter sits. It's more likely to kind of be to not disperse,
Right.
break dust.
Mm-hmm.
I think we were talking about that earlier today.
Yeah, and the how they're living in their workplace in the Tesla factory.
No, that wasn't when it came up.
Was it not?
No, it came up in the Apple story.
Oh,
talking about
you're
Grand
right.
Central.
You're right.
I feel like I might be right. I don't know. It's a possibility. This is cool. I don't know. This is good.
Yeah.
This is good. I don't see what would be bad about this. I don't see why you would not want more information here. Especially, it's cool when your technology is able to pool together information that's already out there that you just previously couldn't visualize.
Right.
It's just there. It's in thin air. Thin air.
Well, Google said it's not that accurate right now.
Well, they're saying it's unknown performance and inaccuracies because the equipment doesn't belong to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they probably say the same thing about maps.
Maps is pretty accurate.
Well, no. Remember the conversation we were having about resolution dependent on who they're purchasing their mapping data from? When we had Vin on the show and he went on a whole rampage.
All right.
You'll see where it's stitched together, and from like a neighborhood might be chopped in half with a high resolution image and a low resolution image. You can, if you're a Google Maps aficionado, and so sometimes, like, I'm very entertained by Google Maps. I think we've talked about this before. I love just exploring maps, just like Vin does. And you notice these weird behaviors all the time. That you wouldn't notice if you just like search up a location and then that's it. Like for example, just enabling satellite imagery. They keep trying to stop me from doing it until they realized I enabled it so many times in a row that they're like, we're just going to leave this on, right?
Oh, wow.
And then almost similarly to the YouTube functionality where they're saying, hey, why don't you watch in a lower resolution? It keeps defaulting back away from the satellite imagery maps by default when you launch your Google Maps. It's a ton of data.
Yeah, that's it.
But it also, from an end user perspective, some might be surprised at how much data they're using if they keep toggling the satellite maps. But like satellite, when I'm driving a Tesla, I leave the satellite maps permanent, as opposed to just the traffic.
Yeah, the regular Google Maps that everyone's used to.
Exactly. But then that's when you really start to notice these discrepancies when you're looking at the satellite imagery.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also much newer in some spots. Like you would see a much more recent photo, satellite photo in some spots than you would in somewhere else. They're not updated at the same frequency.
Right.
And certainly the same is the case for Street View, which is another fun video game to play.
Yeah, now that you mention Google Maps, have you heard of this professional Google Maps guessing game player?
Oh my God. It's so amazing how these guys get it.
Yes.
I'm so blown away every time.
I have not heard of this guy.
So this is a game that people play where on Google Maps you see an image and you have to figure out where that image is in the location of like a province or
sometimes
like a city
it's the
or
world.
a country. Yeah, it's all over the world and it's just one image and you have to guess where it is from.
It's crazy.
Okay, let's play.
And there's this one, he's a TikToker, but he is a genius. He looks at an image and can find exactly where it is in like 10 seconds. And he kind of does like a play-by-play. So here's like a little video of it.
Google Maps layer, round one. We're gonna be mainland Malay here. He's gonna know this pretty quickly, so I need to make sure I get closer. Of course not, okay. What is this, Brazil? Oh no, this is not good. This guy definitely knows Brazil.
What is it, a race? Is he racing somebody?
Yeah.
Not picking up too many points there. Keeps me in it, really. This is gonna be Australia. I'm gonna go Vic here, South Australia.
So you're talking about like a couple like kilometers of like difference of where he guessed it to where it actually is.
He will.
And sometimes he gets it like right on the dot.
And what he's looking at, guys, is just a road.
One image.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he finds like like road signs, different cars,
What side of
license
the road
plates.
people are driving on?
Yeah, like the
But
landscape.
where do you play
the
this
types
game?
of trees,
This game is on the web.
fences. Like it's all reference.
But the game is just on the web. I see 2 scores coming up.
Yeah, I think it's called
Vietnam. No.
it's called GeoGuessr, I believe.
Oh, okay.
And at the end of your guess, it tells you how much distance
He knew the city.
it is, based on your guess.
That's a pretty fitting way to end.
So it's like a combination of speed and accuracy because you can go for speed, but then you're gonna get lower points. It's like a multiplier effect.
Yeah.
It's like you're encouraged to. Oh, that's awesome. I love Google. I would totally play this game.
Yeah,
I'll play with my kids for sure.
Yeah.
this guy's really impressive.
That's awesome. Love it. Well done, Will. That was like, what was that, an audible? You called an audible. You went dynamic with it. You were like, oh, we're talking about Google Maps. I know what to do. So
Yeah, perfect timing.
It was pretty quick. Wasn't bad what you pulled off. Oh, now we have so much car news that all came out at once.
Yes.
Tons.
It
A
was
lot of
like,
car.
I realized my news feed was just slammed with car announcements.
Why? Is it just?
Is there an auto show going
yeah,
on?
there's
Is it
an
in
auto
New
show.
York
Yep.
or yeah?
Oh, okay.
New York Auto Show. So there's a lot of announcements.
Everyone tries to, collaborate.
Yeah, they're showing a lot of concepts, a lot of luxury vehicles.
Not even just concepts. I mean, I'm sure you saw the new BMW that's actually the i7. Well, anyway, it's coming up.
Okay, so let's check it out.
It's coming up in here. But this is a concept, but it looks pretty nice.
This is special?
The Lincoln Star, and for 2026. Now you look at it from the outside, you're like, okay, yeah, it looks pretty sleek.
Yeah.
Looks pretty smooth. Obviously electric. There will be 4 new SUVs from Lincoln apparently by 2026. Rapid movement towards the EV SUVs. But check out the inside. This is the nutty part. Look at that, Mo. This is where things are really changing, is on the interior. And you have the chairs
Face to
facing
face.
each other
Yeah.
because are you driving it? What's going on?
No, you're not driving it.
You're not driving it, are you?
No.
You're just chilling.
This is very nice.
Imagine a road trip on that. You don't even
Yeah.
mind.
Oh, man.
You ever think about how that might change driving or how it might change your lifestyle if you don't have the stress associated with driving? Because all of a sudden you're like, yeah, let's take a road trip over there.
Yep.
Why? Because if you're just like watching a movie or something, the time is just gone.
Yeah.
2 hours is nothing. So
Yeah.
then you're at this cool spot afterwards,
I'd go to Montreal a lot more.
especially in a country like this.
Yeah.
Big distances.
You got to go far.
Many sites to see, actually. But you might be intimidated at the sheer distance of things.
Yeah.
And you couldn't possibly fly to all of them, many of these sites, because
It's not feasible.
it's not feasible for a couple of I mean, regional airports. And if you were in this cabin here, 2-3 hours would fly. It would fly.
I would ask to go to a further place.
That's right.
I'd be like,
That's
let's
right.
hang out here a little bit longer.
I am still too comfy to get out of here. The Lincoln Star is a crossover SUV with a smooth exterior design and panoramic windows. Most of the vehicle's badging is in lights rather than physical logos. Its silhouette is reminiscent of a Land Rover Range Rover, maybe a little bit. The interior of the vehicle is especially different compared with Lincoln's current lineup of vehicles, which includes the large Navigator SUV. The Star includes a large screen across the instrument panel and a retractable steering wheel. Oh, it has a retractable steering wheel. Can be stowed away. I still think you got to have it. I think retractable is amazing when it comes to steering wheel ideas. Look at that. It features 3 rejuvenation modes that change audio, lighting, and smell in the cabin. Coastal, morning, mindful, vitality, and evening chill. Which one do you guys choose out of those 3?
Evening chill.
I knew you were going to say that. What about you, Will?
I need the vitality.
You go mindful, vitality. I love it. So let's see if we can see it with the chairs oriented the other way, because the steering wheel that pops out.
I just saw something really cool about this vehicle.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Check out the hood.
The hood.
Yeah, but no, see, Will, can you
He
search
needs
this
more.
in-
Yeah, you got to search it up here, Will. This article's not giving us.
Yeah, I
the
think I
images.
saw this concept as well.
Not giving us
This
the
is
images.
crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what was wrong with that one. The images were getting killed. CNET's going to have the images we need. Are they, Mo?
Hopefully,
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I'm on Google.
I'm pretty sure.
It's on Google Images. Oh, wait for it. Look at this.
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah. What is that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's like a drawer.
It is. And that makes it so much easier to reach to the back of it. It's probably
Right?
probably motorized. You never have to reach for the back of it because the whole thing comes out, give you easy access. It's actually 2 drawers. See
Yeah,
that?
this one
Yeah.
comes out.
There's one below the upper one.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
like
the front is coming out.
It's amazing. Yeah. And then the whole piece lifts up. The whole hood lifts up. It's lovely. I mean, it takes the frunk to another level. Plus, you got the suicide doors. Right?
Yeah,
And-
which is nice.
and you still
for
got a
viewing.
trunk, and then you still got, and then the chairs spin around. So if you need to drive it with the retractable steering wheel, or if you're in chill mode and you can go full autonomous on the highway, and then you face each other, you chat it up.
Look
you
at the
fully
gas
relax.
pedals.
Well, there's no gas in
Oh,
here.
sorry. The
Accelerator.
yes.
Yeah, they were transparent. It was
Yeah.
glass.
Very cool.
Oh, look at the shoe storage.
What?
So you got to take your shoes off. We talked about this.
Right.
In the future, you take your shoes off in the car. You do.
Shoes and socks.
It's a living room on wheels. You start to treat it like a living room. Look at the fridge. Look at the fridge up there. And so your shoes come off. They go in a little cabinet, and you got the plush carpet. And you
It's
go
a
on
nice place for your shoes.
go on a road trip. You have the chill or coastal or whatever you want.
Wow, this is a vehicle.
Concepts are fun. You hope that some of these ideas actually end up in the product. But if they get this reaction, people gravitate towards it. Companies like Rivian did all types of compartments. I mean, maybe it wasn't this extreme, but they did compartments.
Yeah.
And so maybe it's not that far-fetched. Maybe it's not. Maybe it doesn't look exactly like this, but of course, in the back, you got to have the
wow.
tailgate. You have the tailgate.
Whoa, you're gonna love this.
You got to catch the sunset, man.
Yeah.
It's like a hammock too.
It's incredible.
So it's like that's just part of the vehicle. Like it's a bumper. That-
Yes,
Yeah,
so when
it,
the
like,
tailgate folds down,
Folds down. Yeah,
you can sit on it.
cool.
Wow.
All kinds of ideas over here. You love to see it, don't you? Now, sticking with cars, this one's more immediate. This is the 2023 BMW i7. This is the EV version of the 7 Series, which of course is BMW's luxury vehicle. And there's a real thing that's you're going to buy this. Go up just a little bit. I just wanted to check one thing. 536 horsepower electric drivetrain. I think you'll be able to get the 7 Series without it being electric. Does it have to be electric? But anyway, whatever. The i7 specifically is the electric model. And you can view photos on this one. Oh, quickly, 300 miles of driving range per charge. And starting price $120,000. Very, very luxurious. Not a concept. Real car. Go ahead and view the photos, Will. So what's special about this one is the number of displays and the scale of them that you're going to be able to experience. It's got a very large back seat and a drop-down screen that I think we talked about in the past when it was just rumored. That comes from the roof or from the ceiling,
Right.
folds down for passengers in the rear have a real cinema experience, as you can see here,
Wow.
with a full recline. And then you control all elements of the screen from a controller, which is on the right-hand side where your hand sits. And you can have your legs fully extended as you watch your movie back there. Mo, you're not that impressed. It's because we just came from the concept.
I mean,
This is actually happening,
but this is
though.
real. So this is cool. This is really cool.
Well, it's not a concept, Mo.
Yeah. This is really cool.
This is happening.
There seems to be screens on the side doors too.
Those are used to control everything that happens on the display.
Oh,
So you'll be tapping away on that.
There's a nicer image of it. It
Oh,
looks like
wow.
a phone, actually.
Now, are you seeing what I'm saying, Will?
yeah. That looks like a movie theater
Exactly. That's a good time right
with
there.
the ambient lighting.
Shout out, Patrick. Appreciate it. If cars are so expensive, shouldn't they be more modular? I mean, that'd be fun. I like modular anything. But unfortunately, with technology, it seems things are actually going the other way. They're becoming more integrated and more specific. And less human input. At least we get some customization options. What do you guys think about the look of it, though?
I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean,
think
it's
a
obviously
cool
it's a
look.
departure for BMW. It's a car company been around for a really long time.
Would you use that feature?
Well, here's the thing. A lot of people get driven in these cars too.
Right.
You call a black car or, I mean, when I was in Germany, I was not this car, but I was in 7 Series all the time.
Right.
Or Mercedes or whatever, and you have your driver, and they push the passenger seat all the way up, and you're reclining. That actual setup in the back,
Yeah.
tuned from the airport when I was in Berlin, it multiple times happened.
Yeah. So that's really nice.
So, and then I can control my whole entertainment without even talking to the driver. So it is a specific person
Yeah.
that would utilize that. But that is a customer for a company like BMW.
Yeah. No, definitely.
People will be driven in these cars, not just drive them themselves. Now, if you do want to drive it yourself, it's going to have autonomous features. It's going to be steering itself and all that stuff that you would want. And it's going to have a big entertainment display in the front too. It's a little skinnier, but it's long, and you can watch YouTube in the front as well, so the driver's not left out. But the real experience is in the back. In this car, you want to be in the back seat. You don't want to be in the front seat. Yeah. I mean, that's a road trip machine right there as well. It's 300 miles, 536 horsepower, movie theater in the back.
Lovely.
I mean, they can't compete with the concept car, Mo.
I know.
They're making it. You're buying right now.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing.
Shout out Hazard Security. Do y'all think these will come to reality? Well, the i7 is. It is. The other one, the Lincoln, they were pushing more into the future. What did they say on the Lincoln was the expected? They said 2026. So a lot has to happen between now and 2026, obviously. Something like that, I think, will happen. Absolutely. Not quite as extreme, but something like that's going to happen for sure.
Well, it's actually not too far off the BMW. There's like a lot of the luxury components already there.
It's more, I think, retractable steering wheels, seats that turn around the other way. What's happening in the front end is nutty.
But those seem like small enough leaps rather than making an EV.
You heard it here. You heard it here first. Mo said it's happening. He says that the Lincoln concept is going to be made.
I'm excited.
And Will Do's going to get his order in right now, just so he's ready to go. Or you could have ordered this one because guess what? You could have satisfied Vin, Mr. Toyota, if you bought this one. Lexus has finally offered an EV. And the RZ promises an upscale cabin, around 300 horsepower, and 225 miles of range. So, remember we were getting all excited at the rumors with this? We're like, oh, it's a Tesla killer. The specs are impossible. Remember that?
No.
Really? When we were looking at the yoke and everything?
Was it this car?
I think so.
Oh, okay. I'll believe you. I'll
I there?
take it.
Was I there? I don't think I've done this show without you yet, Will. So anyway,
so not a killer.
But pricing could still be good value.
Right.
So it's not going to be some insane range.
They got to work with the name though.
Yeah.
Brutal name. But if you have a good enough product, you can overcome a terrible name. Will says no, but I've seen it happen.
Yeah, it obviously happens, but man, a good name can make a really big difference.
So anyway, the main thing is that they're offering something. So Vin can finally get an EV now that Toyota makes one. Although he probably would go for the Toyota version as opposed to the Lexus RZ. Here you can see the design of it. It is a smaller SUV. And it's the first electric vehicle that they're going to offer in America, the 2023 RZ 450e. It shares a platform with the Toyota BZ4X, which is an even crazier name. However, the RZ 450e has more power and a nicer interior. Obviously, it's a Lexus. It's a 2023 model year. And Willie Doo's going to show us the interior right now as we view the gallery. I don't know what you guys think about the look. Lexus's vision of the future is very angular. Would you agree that there's an angular thing happening here?
Yeah, there's looks like little divots and some hard curves and stuff like that. It's cool. It's got a bit of a mean look to it.
Like, I'm just curious, how do you compare this silhouette, because it's roughly the same size, to the concept, the Lincoln concept from earlier?
Right.
Like, this is a cooler look, right?
Yes.
You thought about it.
I thought about it because this one does have like a little bit of like a soft.
It's a smoother.
Yes. And
Well, go ahead and vote your way. To me, I take this one, but
no, I agree. I also go with this one. This is the one I would drive. I would want to drive.
not exactly fair because it is a concept as well. And you have to see how close they can even hit to that shape. But what about you, Will? Which shape speaks to you more?
Yeah, I like the smooth Lincoln one. It just looks cleaner. It looks more futuristic.
Well, this one doesn't even have mirrors or handles. It kind of is at an advantage being a concept, no rules. The other one is actually on the road in those images. So it would have to get some of those ugly components as well. But I don't think this car is bad looking for what it is. You know, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind seeing it on the road.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Let's go ahead and get a shot of the interior here. There you are. No steering yoke. Everything else looks the same. Maybe you can order it with a steering yoke. Big screen in there, and they kind of have the same Ford thing of having
the dials
directly on top of the screen with corresponding visual underneath for things like climate. This is nice. I don't mind one.
I like the little color inside.
I don't mind one knob, one or two knobs. I don't mind. And the big display is a huge upgrade over what Lexus has right now going on, or even Toyota for that matter. Shout out, Ryan. So I'm happy to see it. Toyota reliability. Somebody tell Vin. Come to the EV space.
He might be cleaning.
This is the 2022 Lucid Air Dream, and it sets a new EV range record. The Air Dream range is the first electric vehicle to crack the 500-mile mark in Edmunds testing. Oh, that's almost enough for me to take a peek.
This is crazy.
I might have to take a peek.
Yeah.
500-mile is such a crazy number.
And I believe this is like city driving.
Wow.
The 2022 Lucid Air Dream range with 19-inch wheels covered 505 miles in Edmunds' real-world EV range test, besting the previous record by a whopping 83 miles. Even with 933 horsepower at its disposal, the Air Dream range is among the most efficient luxury EVs on the market. The Air Dream range was unable to match its EPA estimate of 520, and it fell slightly short of EPA consumption. Well, that's a real-world testing versus optimal. There's not a cheap vehicle coming in at $170,000.
Yeah.
But look at this.
You're going to pay for that range.
And the look, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's definitely part of it. And it's tough. It's tough. If I'm going to give you 170 and you're a company that has a proven track record, like you've been around for a little while, wow, that's one thing. If you're an EV startup, it's a bit tougher. I guess you could say the same about Rivian, but it's just there's a lot that goes into car ownership. Hey, man, I'm all for it. I'm all for more players in this space. It's only better for the customer.
I agree.
But there is something about knowing that at least Tesla's been doing it for a while, or even when I got the Taycan, that, okay, Porsche's been making cars for forever.
Right.
Doesn't necessarily make them experts in EVs.
No. But they have some sort of a track record.
Yeah. So.
But man, this range. What is this in kilometers? Is it cracking 800?
Yeah, it's almost 1,000.
You think it's 1,000? Is it? I don't know. What is the?
I think it's. I don't know the conversion. I think it's more or almost. Okay.
So
836 kilometers.
This is crazy.
Yeah, man. That's like my truck.
Wow.
It's around there. My truck's probably a little worse.
Range anxiety is.
It's over.
It's over for this car.
Yeah, it's up there with the higher end range on a gas vehicle.
Yeah. Wow.
So anyway, it was a very specific test car that they had. I know Mercedes is aiming at this record as well.
Yeah, with the EQS.
That's right.
Yeah.
The certain model of the EQS.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a few. Yeah, there it is. EQS 450 Plus. Oh, here, let's just get some comparisons. Okay, so the Air weighed in at 5,232 pounds, 400 pounds heavier than the Model S Plaid, but more than 250 pounds lighter than the EQS 450 Plus. Okay. It's interesting. Theirs is not really a hatchback either. It's a real trunk on it, right? Am I right about that, or is that just deceiving design?
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Well,
That's tough. I guess it probably, who knows? It's cool looking. Yeah, it's very compelling, the range stuff. If you're into the road trips and whatnot, you got to be paying attention here for sure. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Congrats.
Yeah. It's only going up, man. It's only going up from here. Yeah. Do we have a break, Will?
Oh, yeah.
Or did you cancel the break?
We can go on a break.
I think it feels like the right time. So we have all the, like, a lot of fun stuff is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
The 420 stuff is coming up.
Really?
From yesterday?
No, I'm just saying because, like, yesterday we had a lot of kind of
funny
reaction.
Yeah.
This was all news up until this point. We were a very serious news publication, broadcast, up until this point. Things get goofy after the break, so don't go anywhere, anybody. Today's episode is sponsored by MeUndies. I believe it's the only sponsor that's on my body right now. And on a regular basis. Very comfortable stuff, ridiculously soft. Really you look forward to putting your undies on every day. It's a moment. You have a moment, you and your undies. You stare at them. You stare them up and down. You slide them on. And you say, let's go get this day right here. It really all starts there, right? Before your undies, you're naked. Mm-hmm. There's a moment.
It sets the tone.
You're susceptible.
Yes.
You're exposed. You put the undies on it all changes. Confidence. You're ready to go. Pants go next. You're halfway out the door.
Fresh.
Yeah, it's really the undies that get the engine started. I'll tell you that right now. And when they're really soft and they go on there and they tickle you the right way. I'm saying the way you want to be tickled, not the type of uncomfortable tickle. I'm saying a good tickle, or maybe not to that extent. Will. No, I tend to stick to the more traditional cuts.
Okay.
I'll tell you that. A boxer brief. I got a boxer brief. I got a drawer full.
Yeah.
And I even started going with some of the unusual designs.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I even started getting flashy with it.
Adventurous?
Yeah, I started.
That's the ones I get, yeah.
I started, maybe it's plain on the outside and it might be a party underneath. You never know.
But only for yourself.
You never know. This is a simple one, guys. You can buy one at a time. You can get the membership going. You can just try one, and I guarantee you're gonna like it. There's a promo. It's a great time. MeUndies, check them out.
MeUndies membership was designed to make your life easier, with free shipping and returns on every order, savings on virtually everything they make, exclusive sales, and early access to the newest stuff. Available in sizes extra small to 4XL, with new prints dropping monthly. You can get super soft undies, pajamas, or socks shipped right to your door thanks to MeUndies membership. MeUndies has a great offer for our listeners. For any first-time purchasers, you get 15% off. For a limited time, if you sign up for their free-to-join MeUndies membership, you can get 25% off your first membership item. To get 25% off your first membership item or 15% off your first order and 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/LouLater. That's MeUndies.com/LouLater.
Also sponsored by Trade, drinktrade.com. They obviously knew how into coffee I was, because this is a fantastic partnership right here. Support small roasters, save big on coffee, get it delivered. Sustainably sourced coffee delivered fresh from the best roasters in the nation. 450 plus curated coffees, flexible deliveries. You can easily select, adjust your order sizes, or cancel anytime. I mean, this is a thing that you do every day. You drink your coffee every day. You make your coffee every day.
Right.
And every time I reach for something like this right here, I'm reminded by how much I'm missing out on when I just pick up a coffee on the way.
Right, yeah.
You put in the effort, like just being in the presence of this. Good Lord. Now, I don't remember the blend I took home, but I've been drinking that every day. You've been drinking this, Mo, here at the studio.
Every day.
Every day. And it's there's something about the sort of small batch treatment that's just a different It's a different feeling. It's a different experience.
Yeah.
So whatever you happen to be into, it's all types of roasters. It's you like something dark. You want an espresso. You want, I mean, even just right here, necessary coffee. Dark roast tastes like bittersweet cocoa molasses.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, you start talking about notes, the flavor notes. Even Otis thinks he's gonna.
That's what I'm saying.
He thinks he's gonna eat this coffee. Oh, his nose is going off.
Yeah, something's good there.
Yeah.
They got cold brew, ground, espresso, decaf. Whatever you need. It's completely up to you, and it's super simple to set up, and then you never have to worry about it, wonder about it, and you get to explore a little bit. You get to travel around the world with the flavor notes that you like, but constantly getting a chance to sample stuff that's new. It's a great way for any coffee lover sort of upgrade their coffee experience on like a daily basis. Discounted craft coffee. I mean, look, this is all it takes. Go ahead, get started. Drinktrade.com.
Trade Coffee partners with the country's best craft roasters. Their coffee team actually taste tests thousands of coffees to keep 450 different kinds live and ready to ship every day. There's no one perfect coffee, but there's a perfect coffee for you, and Trade's human-powered algorithm will find it. Right now, Trade is offering new subscribers a total of $30 off your first order plus free shipping when you go to drinktrade.com/LouLater. That's more than 40 cups of coffee for free. Get started by taking their quiz at drinktrade.com/LouLater and let Trade find you coffee you'll love. That's drinktrade.com for $30 off. Thanks to Trade Coffee.
This is a weird one over here. I'm just reading the headline.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Issued a 65-pound fine, obviously a story from the UK, after leaving his car outside a post office, slapped with the fine because his car's shadow was in the disabled parking spot. I didn't even know this was possible. Images were sent to Matthew Cole that showed his Ford in an unmarked bay next to a disabled spot, but only the shadow appeared to be in the actual disabled parking spot. Is there an image of this, Will?
There is, yes. Right there.
Wait a second. Where is the disabled spot? Is that like line in front?
I believe
it's encroaching
you can
on the
make
line.
out the line. It's like right here.
Right. Yeah, why would he? I mean, he's obviously got his own parking spot there.
He's well like behind the line.
Right.
Like he's obeying the law.
Correct.
But
no, I'm just curious.
The shadow is well over the line.
So, is there a precedent here? Your shadow is part of your car?
I guess so.
Shadow counts?
Yeah.
No.
Maybe the ticket guy or person is a ticket officer.
And now he actually got the image sent to him.
Yeah. That's the image.
I know, but it's interesting they sent it to him.
Yeah.
Like as here's your ticket, and like who sends you the image? Is it like DoorDash? They take a picture of it and they're like, here's your ticket. The picture comes with the ticket.
Well, the police, right?
Well, normally when you get a parking ticket, they just put it on the windshield.
Oh, right, yeah.
They usually don't take a picture of it. It's absurd.
Well, the sun's moving. They have to make sure. So yeah, maybe they found the guy's number and just texted him.
No,
so his shadow's parked outside of his parking.
Maybe we'll find out here.
Having not got a ticket at other times, I personally don't think I should got a ticket this time. It's completely wrong. They're enforcing something that's not there. I think 65 pounds is not a lot to many people today, but the principle is wrong. If you don't pay the fine a certain time, it doubles. After receiving the penalty charge notice, I guess it's in the mail, he appealed the fine, saying there was no disabled parking sign next to the bay where he was parked. Lewisham Council rejected his complaint and stuck to its claim that he parked in a spot reserved for disabled badge holders. But Mr. Cole remains determined not to pay the fine. They sent me an email to dispute it, and I disputed it, but they seemed to just ignore what I said and said it was issued correctly. They're hard to get a hold of. I've parked in that same spot at least 3 other times for 5 to 8 hours each time and had no problem. I don't see why it's a problem this time. I don't know.
You have no idea?
Well, I still am unsure of this entire shadow thing, or if maybe there's a sign that's obscured that we can't see, or maybe that sign says this spot and the spot behind. Like, I don't really know. It's hard to know.
Yes. But here's my guess.
Okay.
I think the ticketing officer they just have terrible vision. And they believe that the shadow was actually the bumper of the car.
No, get out of here.
Yeah.
That's
what I believe.
Are you having fun today, Will?
They I don't know, maybe it's a long day. They're not seeing right.
But Will's trying to make sense of this. This
well,
makes
the only
no
thing
sense.
that I can think is that that the letter of the law is that if that line is obscured in any way, in other words, it's not obvious to the potential parker in the disabled spot where that parking spot lives because the shadow obscures one segment of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the way that individual chose to read that law is that in the presence of this shadow, that's effectively breaking the rule. But that gets real slippery.
Mm-hmm.
Because what is a shadow? I mean, a shadow does temporarily obscure your ability to see the line.
Sure.
But it's outside the control of anybody.
Yeah.
Nobody's intentionally doing anything.
Just blame the sun.
So he's parked in there at noon, no problem. But
as soon as the
2 p.m.
shadow just touches the line.
It's very, very bizarre. I don't think anybody's going to know for certain exactly what that officer was thinking or what they were following. But and then the other thing is the fact that it was upheld, that he disputed it, and he had the photo evidence, and then it was upheld, leads me to believe that there's something complicated about the way that rule is written. That's all I can imagine. But I agree. I feel like the son deserves a parking ticket in this case.
Yeah.
Not the car.
I thought this was a cool little animation of, those like pocket books where like people draw on them and then they do like a flip book.
Mm-hmm.
So this one's pretty cool. They did one of the Avengers, or at least part of one. And it's 1,100 drawings, 700 hours, and 1 flip book.
It's like pencil
Reddit.
drawings.
And every frame is different.
Oh.
So this is a scene from the Avengers movie.
It's insane.
And this guy drew every frame.
Wow.
From a scene.
So insane. So insane. 737 hours doesn't seem like enough. I would need 7,000 hours to draw this. This is like old school animation.
Man, if I drew one of these frames, I'd frame it. I'd be like, look at my drawing.
Damn right you would.
You know what I mean?
You're damn right you would. And then the guy would be like...
And this guy did how many?
He'd be
1,000.
Like, just draw 1,133 more.
Yeah.
Mo. And you'd be like, what? I've been here all day.
What's impressive is that there's no cheating with it. It's like you drew...
Right, you can.
Every single frame.
As far as we know.
Well...
Hello.
It's actually a deep fake.
The sketch filter.
Yeah. No, it's very cool.
That's very cool.
I have tremendous appreciation for such things. It's so much effort.
All the shading and
so much effort.
Detail.
Somebody says they're going to turn this type of thing into an NFT.
Yeah.
Sell each individual frame.
Would this fix NFTs for you, Will?
No.
Okay.
No. It can't.
There's no saving Will's relationship with NFTs. Is it lower now? Lower than a 4? You were a 4 before. You're a 3 now?
No, there's no developments.
Okay.
So my opinion hasn't changed.
We'll be sure to update you guys on Will's NFT meter, which has been locked at a 4 recently. His 3D printing meter has gone up a little bit recently.
It's at a 7?
It's at a 7.
What's your stock meter?
What do you mean?
Right now, scale of 1 to 10, your interest level.
Yes, it's a 10. I'm very interested.
Yes, to be clear. Clearly. Insane 420 haircuts. Good Lord. Oh my God, he's actually lighting that one.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
How did he
Back of your
stick
head.
it onto his head?
I don't
Yeah,
know,
That's
what is
what
it?
I.
some type of
wondering
glue or
about.
something.
And what's the white?
That's nutty.
Who is that? Is that Chong?
That would
From
be
Cheech
Chong.
and Chong?
Yeah.
That's post.
Oh, so he always puts the
Right.
joint in the mouth every time.
Yo, you know what? These are sick. Who's this?
It's crazy what you could do with a razor.
Wow, that's so
That's
good.
creative.
This one's so
Bob Marley
good.
with the dreads.
Yeah.
Be real.
The guy's like, I'll do the haircut, but you gotta let me put the joint
Yeah.
on. You gotta let me. Oh, goofy.
Yeah, look at his eyes wired.
Al
It's
Capone.
crazy because he's getting all this footage at all these different places. I
Yeah.
guess that's his thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Dali.
You got to be sure that this guy's gonna like remove that
The coloring?
Before it burns
the
out.
flame.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to deal with that flames getting close to my head. Like you're gonna feel heat off that.
Right.
You can start feeling heat off that pretty quickly.
Yeah, hair's pretty flammable.
Will, didn't you see the clip I
Huh?
sent? Did you see the clip I put in general of I think you were Cheech and I was Chong?
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
Did you see that?
That was funny.
I did, yeah.
Do you feel like the people are ready for that or no?
He does some great deep fakes.
Oh,
there.
can we give him a shout out? Just go to Twitter actually then. So if you look at Lou Later Mentions, then he can get a shout out because I think I just put the link. But there was do they even call that a deep fake at this point or is that just like a face swap? You can do the audio. That's me and then oh no, you can't do the audio. You cannot do the audio. Never mind.
Sorry.
Will.
I changed my mind. That's Will. There's me. And we're Cheech and Chong.
Shout out to Axe Tracks.
Axe Tracks has been doing this.
He's been doing so many of these.
Oh, okay. Well, then
It's
he did it. It's
hilarious.
about time you got this shout out then.
It's so funny.
It's about time you got this shout out then. What's funny as well about this particular setup is that in this clip, you're really talkative and I'm just watching you.
Yeah.
You notice that? It's pretty funny. I'm just like there, smiling, laughing. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah. It's a good time.
Maybe try the audio. Okay, let's try the audio one more time. It could be a bad idea.
You better light it in here, man. Right.
Yeah,
Gas fumes, man.
it's that song. That song's gonna get us. Unless I talk through all of it. Okay, never mind, kill it. But it gives you the vibe of it. It gives you the vibe of it. We're copyright infringers.
It's a good time.
We're copyright infringers. Everybody knows. We rely on the super chats. Maybe we won't poke the copyright this time. I don't know. It's close. What is this? Is this the last one?
I think there's two more.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I spotted this. This is the new thing. I noticed this first at a basketball game event. I don't know if we did the clip or not. The thing now is that the PETA activists will like to glue themselves.
Oh, is it that girl who glued herself on the NBA
Yeah.
floor?
Is it the same
The
reason?
game floor?
I'm assuming it's a trend or something.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know.
I think we did a clip on it.
we did do a clip,
But I don't know her premise.
We never
what
found
she
out
wanted to
why.
do.
but I just felt like the glue thing was taken off. Oh, shout out Jesse, thank you. Shout out Michael. But anyway, whatever. It seems they officially put on their Facebook by the look of it, PETA's Facebook account, and they're mad at Starbucks. And they go in there and they super glue their own hand to the counter.
Okay. What's their cause?
Not your mom, not your milk is their cause. So they don't want you to be drinking the milk.
Oh, I see.
And so they're glued there with their hand.
I gotta place my order looking at this guy.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know why it's more effective with the glue.
I think Mo's right. When you're going up to the counter, I guess you'll have to hear a spiel from one
Right.
of these people.
Yeah, but what does the glue have to do with it?
I think it might just be symbolic. Like we're here. We're not going anywhere.
No. But the hands are glued.
I understand.
Like if someone wants to escort them out, they would probably have to physically, hurt them to
so they
remove
can't,
their hand.
Exactly. Interesting. It's like chaining yourself to a tree. Like,
Okay, so get the chain out. Your hand is going to be destroyed after this.
yes.
Well, what if you have to go to the bathroom?
There's so many problems with this.
That's a huge problem.
I think you go with a diaper on or something. You go prepared for it.
Right.
Like, what if you want to sit? You can't sit.
I don't even know what this
they're
has to do with
protesting.
Starbucks, though. Like, what? You got to go to work now, and then this is what's happening?
It seems like her shirt says they're charging more for vegan milk.
Well, who is?
Starbucks, I'm assuming. I don't know, man. I'm just trying to make sense out of this.
Well, what are you talking about? Like almond milk and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, they don't set the price on that. They buy it. They don't make their own almond milk.
I'm not saying this is a good protest. I'm just trying to figure out why they're protesting.
Well, I wanted to focus, to be honest with you, more on the gluing tactic.
Yeah, it's a bizarre one.
You're damaging your own hand.
Mm-hmm.
Is it actually super glue? Because if you ever got super glue on your hand before, it like ruins that section of skin for a while.
For a while, yeah.
Can you imagine it across your whole palm? And glass would be very... is this a thing that should be applauded? That people should be encouraged to glue their hands to things? I would imagine. I would imagine.
They'll probably have to pay for damages too on the glass. Someone has to clear.
I would just imagine that some people would be inspired by this, and then they would pick up some bad glue product that's gonna do even worse things.
Like the Gorilla Glue story with the lady who wanted to have her hair.
Oh, okay. I'm sure there's
things go out of hand.
I'm sure there's many toxic products that adhesives that people could could be inspired by. Now, I don't know. Maybe I am missing something here. It is possible I'm missing something here.
Like the glue doesn't cause damage. It's not super glue. It's just some like basic glue.
But
even then, if some impressionable individual sees the thing and they go, "I'm down for the cause," and then they go to the store and pick up the glue, it just doesn't seem, I don't know, fully fleshed out.
Yeah.
Like handcuffs would have been just
handcuffs,
as good.
Yes. Yeah, that would have worked.
And yeah, I don't know. This glue one's...
But the glue one, this is the second time I've seen it now. It seems to be a glue thing, and maybe I am missing something. It's possible that like glue is I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
They used to say they will make glue out of dead horses.
Dead horses, yeah. I was just thinking that.
It's like, what's that Simpsons commercial or Simpsons show? That episode is just like, you won't eat our meat, but you glue with our feet. When she was like hallucinating or something.
Oh, yeah. Wait, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm guessing their glue doesn't have that in it. The vegan glue. Probably got some other stuff in it. Probably got even nastier chemicals in it. That you're showcasing, and you're promoting it. You put it on the page.
Yeah, I don't know about this move.
I'm
not even sure what they're asking for.
Well, they're trying to tell you that you can't order the milk.
Right. But what are they asking Starbucks to do? Like, just get rid of milk? You ruined their entire business goes away.
Well, I mean, you saw the T-shirt. They want them to subsidize they want them to lose money on the other milks when they put the almond or whatever it is in there.
Yeah.
I mean, and the almond milk has its own issues.
Of course. Nothing's free. Nothing's scot-free.
Go ahead, Mo.
You know, the thing is, like, I would just have a conversation with you and I would be going ahead.
Okay.
But then you say go ahead and I forget everything that I was going to say.
Yeah, you really derail train of thoughts here.
Train of thought. Isn't that an interesting idea?
Mm-hmm. That you're on the tracks.
Somehow it's not solid enough to hold on to. That it is traveling through your mind and it has the potential to escape.
Mm-hmm.
That is weird. Yeah. That I can make two noises with my mouth and then you are a different man.
Yeah. Dude, it happens to me a lot more than you think. I'm like, where was I going with this?
Where was I going with this?
Yeah.
Or you can be like Vin and you can just interrupt yourself.
Forget that thought. Moving on to the next one.
Yeah. Well, Go Ahead, I think, was a development over time of like me just talking so much.
Yeah.
And then trying to, and then the natural thing of saying you can go now.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm done.
If you want to. If you have a take. It's all yours.
Yeah.
But that's the part where both you and Will have this a very similar reaction to. There will be no take.
Yeah.
There will be no take. But do you have a take?
He lost it.
Yeah.
No, you can get it. You can get it back. Obviously. Okay, so the glue. Oh, look at this. Glue is usually vegan. Historically, a lot of glue was made from collagen in animal hides, bones, and fish. But today, most manufacturers have switched to synthetic adhesives made from petroleum. Oh, there. Support the oil business. Oh, my God. Support Russian oil. It's like, it's crazy, isn't it? But it is. It is no freebie.
There's no freebie.
Everything you want. There's some residual, some effect of the thing that you want.
Some consequences.
Absolutely. You bring into question the whole thing. Like, should you be going to a store to buy an individual coffee or should you be making it yourself? Which is the lesser of the impacts? And everyone picks their causes, the ones that matter to them. And then every so often they overlap like this and things get very strange.
Yeah.
And glue gets involved. But again, I honestly, my main interest in this set of photos is the gluing part, because I understand their point on the milk. I understand that that's what they've been doing forever. I understand their T-shirts. I don't understand the gluing. The gluing I don't understand.
I agree.
You wanna find another way to secure yourself, okay, but to take your skin and glue it to a surface, I'm not feeling it, Will.
No, I hear you.
I'm just not feeling it. Shout out, Brevin. Brevin just told me, he just said, go ahead, Lou.
Yeah, how do you like that?
I love it. Oh, you want me to go ahead? I'm glad you finally asked.
Oh, crap.
Actually, the last thing I need is any more go ahead.
You need less.
Shut it down, Lou. Shut it down. Okay, this is yours, Will.
Yeah, maybe you can just give a play-by-play, because at the very end, I think it's like kind of cool.
I'll give you a play-by-play. You just told me go ahead.
I'll just read the title. This snow graffiti art is the most impressive thing I've seen all day from Reddit.
It looks to me, before you even click play, that we got some graffiti going on top of snow. Okay. That sets the stage. Here we go. Ooh.
Oh, it looks like...
Is it going on top of snow or is the graffiti?
Oh, it looks like it's on glass.
It
and
is.
The spray paint is like spraying the snow-like substance.
Right.
Oh my. Holy moly.
Holy moly. Mamma mia.
Whoa, that's nutty.
Holy moly, mamma mia.
This had like some twists and turns, this video.
Yeah. It actually twisted and turned. Yeah. While it was twisting and turning.
It was one of those big reveal.
Oh, now
videos.
I can see the eye. Now that we have the close-up. Nice. He's just lining it out with this little tool that he has. Zooms out. You see this lion. His whole body standing on top of what, like...
Boom. Hits you with the twist. And it's a reflection.
Man, that's some Lion King stuff right
well,
there.
yeah, look, a king, it says on the left, a king isn't born, he is made. In other words, the cub turns into the lion.
Yeah, believe, achieve, and succeed.
Yeah, he's not born the successful lion on the bottom. He's got to go make it.
Right.
You got it, Mo? This is some sort of a mural probably for a kid.
Oh, yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's very cool. Shout out, David. I saw a comment from somebody on the West Coast. They're in a bit of a lag on this show, and they were talking about the air quality thing. they were saying it's very important on the West Coast because of wildfires. So
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that makes sense.
apparently they can get some nasty air quality when the wildfires are going off.
Interesting. I never thought of it like that.
Shout out, legend. Yes, that's a very beautiful mural. Will, you nailed it. You completely surprised me. So it looks like the graffiti is a snow-like paint.
Yeah, it has like a bit of a texture.
Exactly. I hope it all dries. I hope it sets. I wonder if he sprays something over top now so it sets and it can't crumble.
Yeah.
Because you got to protect that, Will.
Mm-hmm.
Couple different lions. And this is one that you really got to see.
Yeah. All right, last one.
Last one. This Halloween decorated truck has a funny surprise. Okay, now before you play it, we're going to ask Mo to tell us what he thinks the surprise will be. This Halloween decorated truck with a funny surprise.
Honk for a treat. There's a sticker at the back. I say the skeleton does like a little dance.
Okay. Will, any input?
Yeah, something to do with the skeleton.
Okay.
Because it's hanging off the edge of the back of the truck
All right.
in a weird way.
Let's go ahead and give it a play and hit some audio if we
Give it
want.
a whirl?
Yeah, let's give it a whirl and see what we end up with.
From your tone, I'm guessing I'm wrong here.
There's the honk.
Please do it again. Please.
What? Where is that coming from?
The skeleton is peeing.
I have no idea why. Why would you have a skeleton pee? No clue.
Honk
Definitely
for a
makes for a lot
Makes
of
sense.
fun
This is funny.
for those that are around.
Yeah.
It definitely results in a lot of fun. Of course,
Honk for
what
a
I was
treat.
wondering is it seems like the person that's honking is off to the right-hand side in this lane.
Oh,
So some other guy's getting peed on that maybe didn't ask for it. He did not ask for the treat.
that's so funny.
Unbelievable stuff. I see that there's some sort of challenge going on. This is the last story. We're running out of time on this stream to reach 700 likes. Apparently, there's a challenge going on
Is there?
in the chat. I didn't know. There was some sort of number of likes to hit.
Oh,
What are we at?
I don't know. Apparently, we're not there yet.
okay. Well,
Maybe we'll get there one day, guys. 700 likes while live. Who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you to everybody that joined regardless. Like or no like, chat or no chat. Shout out Prutvi. He's asking about your experience with your Gboard, switching keyboards. Will, you want to give him a quick, one line on that?
oh, I love it.
Oh, well, that's all it took. My
Back
goodness.
to Android, baby.
The simplest, This is Will's review. Oh, I love it. That's it. Drop the mic. Let it go. I believe this is a new record setter for longest stream that we've done. I
Yeah,
would
we're
guess.
at 251.
251, so
Wow.
just under 3 hours. Early in the day, we're early guys now. It's all part of the flow, and it's got its ups and downs, and it's got its go-aheads. And it changes every day, and it will continue to do so, and we'll continue to do what we do, so long as you guys continue to do what you do, especially with your new title, The Community. Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow.